What up, Word Dog? How you doing? What up, Al? What's going on? What's up, Savage? How's everybody's weekend going? Everybody's holiday weekend? Turkeys and Black Fridays and deals and whatnots. Whatnots on whatnots. What up, Texas Figz? How you doing? See if we got a couple more people in here and I'll do an intro. This is Black Series that we're looking at right now, but I'll do a sweep of the room for you guys. What up, Roach? How you doing? All right, 4 people. Maybe if we get like 3 more people to trickle in. Oh, whatever. I'll at least do a sweep of the room while you guys are waiting. So here's some of the newer-ish Black Series. Most of the stuff is newer. And I snuck some holiday stuff in. And then here's the middle row. Fairly recent stuff and deluxe stuff. And then up here, just some random Galaxy Box stuff. We have a ton of vintage collection stuff as well, guys. So keep an eye out for that. Here's some vehicles, play sets, and some Micro Galaxy Squadron blind boxes. These over here are some Funko Pops and some horror items, DC items, Transformers items, Marvel Legends. For Marvel Legends, we have a lot of newer items. We probably have more new Marvel Legends than anything else at the moment. These 2 retros are new. Toby and Andrew are new. That's the new Green Goblin and the Space Knight and Mania set. Ton of other Legends available. Marvel Knights Wave is new. A ton of other exclusives. This is G.I. Joe Classifieds over here. So once again, we have the newer stuff in the front. We just got Ripper today. We got Hawk this week. This is our last Mole Rat. That's the newest Walmart exclusive. These are the newest Target exclusives. The Python Patrols. And then we have some Snowboys down here. Most recent Con exclusive. Over there was Chuckles. Last year's Con exclusive, Dr. Mindbender. And then random other releases from the line. Master Morpher. Tommy Oliver Master Morpher. Rescue set down there for Vintage Collection. Interrogation Room Joker is over here. 89 Batman and Batmobile. This is the corrected set, so this has the correct colors and everything to match the 89 movie. Over here, we have some cards, so some blasters, if anybody wants any Star Wars or Marvel blasters. And then we have the new Party Wagon over there. So that is what's going on at the moment. I'll give you guys more of a robust intro if we get a couple more people in here. But for now, we're just hanging out, taking requests. Go ahead and look through the store. Let me know if you guys are interested in anything. And we'll hook people up. What up, Big John? How you doing? We might review some figures tonight, so we might do an unboxing later. We'll see. We'll see how things go. What up, Karadeed? How you doing? So, guys, remember to look through the store also and make me offers on anything. Any of the prices listed are very much placeholder prices. We're open to negotiating on anything. So don't worry about offending me with a Volvo offer or whatever. I'll just let you know what we can do for you. What up, Myth? How you doing? What up, Jedi Wooly? How you doing? So this is mostly Black Series in front of you right now. We have more vintage collection stuff. We have some saga stuff. We have some trilogy stuff. Obviously, we have some Power of the Force stuff. So let me know what you guys are looking for Star Wars wise, and then we carry a bunch of other action figure lines as well. Look through the store and let me know what you guys are after. Anything Obi-Wan. So we have Ewan and we have Alec Guinness. So I'll show you the two Ewans that we have at the moment, and then if you want to see an Alec Guinness, I can pull those as well. This is a Wandering Jedi Obi-Wan. And this is Jabeam Obi-Wan. So those are two recent Obi-Wan figures. So those are the two Ewan options we have available. We also have a vintage collection Ewan, which is a 3 3/4 inch figure, which is similar to the Wandering Jedi. So it'll look closer to the first figure that I showed. Do you want to look at any Alec Guinness stuff, or let me know because I got to pull them? Sure. Okay. Let me show you the Alec Guinness option I have. This is a red box release Alec Guinness Obi-Wan, number 32 in the line. Or in the red line, whatever. So that's available. So I also have another one that has Kenner Deco, and then another one that is also in like a 40th anniversary card back. So if you care about packaging, I can give you one that has like a little bit cooler packaging, but this is like the basic like Alec Guinness red box figure. So there's another option for Obi-Wan for you. Let me know if you're interested in any of those. I can pull the other two if you want to see them. Anything else, Willie? What's the start on those? Okay, so for the two Ewans that I had, I would start them around 30 each. And then the Alec Guinness one. One second, let me just double check. Because I don't think I have them listed. We also always do better deals on multiples. So if you're interested in more than one thing, we could definitely hook that up as well. I would say the Alec Guinness, usually I would ask 35, but we're trying to do slightly better deals for Black Friday. So I'll say 30 on him as well. So any of the single ones that you looked at, I would say I would run them at 30. Or if you're interested in more than one, or you want to combine it with anything else, if you want to look around, I will do a combo deal for you and give you a couple bucks off of like 2 figures together or 3 figures together. It's usually how we do things around here. So let me know. Let me know if that's in your range at all. Feel free to make me an offer on anything. Let me know if you're after more than one, or if you're just after the one. If you want to see the other options on Alec Guinness, let me know. Yeah, all good. No problem. Just give us a follow. Bookmark the upcoming streams. Feel free to shoot me a DM. You can follow us on Instagram. It's Joe Palace. It's the same name on Instagram as it is here. And just let me know. No pressure. Whatever you want to do. That's what we're here to do. Just show people cool figures. Hopefully we can give them options. And then if they want it, they can take it. If not, all good. No problem. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to put these two back on their shelf. And I'll leave that Alec Guinness out as well with this Obi. That's a cool figure that somebody might be interested in. And then we'll keep our newer items on display. Let's see if we can tighten this up. Actually, let me look at the YouTube. Once again, if anybody else has any of the requests, please put in the chat and let me know. Let me make this taller. Let's see, how does this look? Does that look better? Oh, that looks so much better on the YouTube. You can literally see everything that you need to see. And then I don't have to worry about bonking this. Sorry, I'm trying to make minor adjustments just because I don't like the way it looks. Just dicking around a little bit. All right, if anybody has any requests, there are over 670 items listed in the store at this very moment. So make sure that you're looking through the store to see what we have available. All the prices that are listed are very much placeholder prices. So just let me know what you're interested in and we can try to figure out a deal for you. We also do better deals on multiple items, so try to put a bundle together. Throw it in the chat. Let me know what you guys are interested in and we'll figure out a deal for you. Yeah, one more person in here and I'll do a nice rambunctious intro. Get up to 7 people. Really shooting for the stars here. Oh, just lost one. Anybody get any cool deals this weekend for Black Friday? We were able to get people some good figures at good prices on the streams over the weekend. And I grabbed a couple. I mostly want to try to get a computer, which I'm going to take another look Cyber Monday because I didn't like everything that I was seeing as far as deals. But we grabbed another owl bear because he was relatively cheap. That was cool. I could like open one and leave one in inventory now. That's awesome, Highlander. That's awesome. What, like Star Wars stuff? Figures and vehicles. 3 3/4. Oh yeah, I assume that if it's vehicles, it's 3 3/4 inch, right? What's like the favorite thing that you grab from that lot, or what? Not even the figures, the vehicles. Like what dope vehicle are you really happy you got? That's a lot more interesting. Yeah, nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. What up, Logan? What up, Junior? Oh, we got 8 people. I could do a nice rousing intro. What's the phase 2 running at? Let's see. What do we want to run a phase 2 at? Jedi will complete blue white saber. That's sick, dude. That's awesome. All right, the phase 2. I'm like forgetting what we listed it at. So once again, as always, these are just listing prices, and everything is up for negotiation. Where is he? Phase. There he is. So we have him listed. Yeah, no, Logan. I was looking for my listing and making sure I have it. So I have it listed at 45. I'll drop it to 40 on its own, just 40 on its own, just as a here's $5 off for Black Friday weekend. But as always, Logan, if you're interested in multiple items, I'm gonna try to get you a better deal. So let me know if you want it just for the straight 40, or if there's anything else you're interested in, or as always, feel free to make me an offer. I always like feel like the bundle works better for people because then you like kind of mixing the shipping and all that. But let me know, Logan. Do you have any Coruscant Guard Clone Trooper to bundle? Guard. Clone You mean the Senate Guard? The blue one? This guy? Or am I getting all mixed up? No, one. So the Walmart exclusive red clone version of the Shock Trooper. That one we do not have. That one we're sold out on. We've like had that a couple times and restocked it and sold it, restocked it and sold it. That's the one you're talking about, right? The only Shock Troopers I have at the moment is I have the Imperial one, but I do not have a red clone Shock Trooper. But you know, as always, look through the store. Let me know if anything else catches your eye. The newest stuff that we have is the holiday guys on the bottom, the Padawan Ahsoka, the Pre-Vizsla. Obviously, you're already looking at a phase 2, and Marek. And then we also have Hera, Morgan Elsbeth over there. We still have Ava Sakura. We have the new Chopper. It's also a I think, didn't we sell? Have we sold one? I might have sold one on eBay. How's this viewed? Is this this better? You can see more, right? I went a little higher. View is fine. The stuff that's at the bottom that's supposed to be the featured stuff, is it easy enough to see, or is all the UI blocking it for you guys? That's what I want to know. Because that stuff is supposed to be... Oh, yeah, dude. If I see one, I'm working ToyCon in a couple weeks in Jersey, so I'll keep an eye out for one. Yeah, I figured. That's why we usually go like this, but then you can kind of see some of the stuff on the bottom. So I guess like that is probably optimal because you're right. Because I think you guys see the UI the same way that I do. But then the bottom looks like shit. So what I got to do is I got to put like an extra shelf here that'll allow you guys to see that. But even when I do this, can you see the top shelf? The one that has like the incinerator trooper and all that stuff on it. Like, can you see my hand up here? Like, actually where my hand is? I should just trust the YouTube. But the YouTube doesn't show where the UI is. Yeah, I didn't think so. I just want everything on screen, that's why. All right, whatever. I'll just clean up this area down here, put a little shelf there, and we'll do it that way. All right. I'm going to point at some other stuff. Logan, are you a G.I. Joe guy? Here's some Marvel stuff. We got Toby in. So we have Andrew Garfield and Toby in. Yeah, I got you, Rolla. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. I just don't like the idea of people having to do that when it's supposed to be the things that are featured. That's all. I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm still asking UI questions. So this is all Marvel Legends. You know, let's get a little hype going on right now. All right, let's reset because we got 10 people in here. Give you guys an actual intro. What's going on? Hutheads is Joe the Hutt from Joba's Palace. Whoa. Here with another action figure stream for you. If you have not been here before, this is the way that this show works. There are over 670 items listed in the store at this very moment. So use the store, look in both the auction and buy it now sections to see the entire inventory. Use the search function. Use the sort by newest to see the newest items that we've added to the store. Okay, all that stuff is available to you. All the listings are nice and detailed with nice pictures and everything. So use that as a tool because it is very good to use, and I put a lot of effort into it. I will continue to be doing sweeps of the room so you guys can see everything that we have available immediately featured, but there's more available than we could possibly display. So just let me know if whatever you're interested in the chat. This show is run based upon your requests. So always stay active in the chat and let me know anything you're even tangentially interested in. No, we do not have Arthur Evan in stock at the moment. If you are interested in something, once again, put it in the chat. If you see a price, you think it's a little high, all the prices are listed as placeholder prices. All right. It's just an idea of where I want to kind of get something at, but everything is negotiable. All right. We also always do better deals on multiple items. So try to build a pile, get a bundle together, and then I will give you a discount on that. But like I said, we're very flexible pricing. I'll try to get you guys a good deal in any way that I can. We're trying to move stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's do a sweep of the room. We'll go over some of the featured stuff, some of the newer stuff, and then you guys can put your requests in the chat. We definitely can do some reviews. That was kind of my plan doing the stream tonight. We have Marek. We have Phase 2 clone. We have Pre-Vizsla. We have Padawan Ahsoka. We have a couple Holiday Trooper items. We have the new Hera. We have the new Morgan Elsbeth. We have the new Chopper over here. And then there's more Galaxy Box Black Series items over here and comic items as well. Some deluxe figures as well. And then there's even more Galaxy Box items up there. We have a bunch of Red Box. We have a bunch of 40th anniversary stuff. We have a bunch of Star Wars Vintage Collection. We have some Saga Collection. We have some 30th anniversary stuff. We have some, obviously, Power of the Force stuff. And we have some Trilogy stuff if you're looking for 3 3/4 inch. So if anybody wants to see any of that stuff, I will pull that out for you. These are the newer Funko Pops. So we have random exclusives that came out recently. The newest ones tonight are the Final Duel Vader, which we also have the Black Series figure of, and the Ranger Slayer. Then we have a bunch of horror items behind that. We have some DC items over here. And we have some Transformers items up top. The newest Transformer item is the Frankentron, the Universal Monsters crossover for 2023. Then we have Marvel Legends over here. The newer items for Marvel Legends. The retro Moon Knight and Spider-Man. And then we have a bunch of No Way Home items. We have Andrew Garfield, we have Tobey Maguire, and we have Green Goblin. And then we also have the Mania and Venom Space Knight 2-pack. There's more figures behind there. And then there's various other figures over here. The newest wave, Marvel Knights wave, is right there. Avengers 60th items, some VHS X-Men, some other exclusives over there. And then we have some more recent waves from this year. And then we have some Spider-Man stuff over here, and then also that Scarlet Witch is chilling there as well. If you're looking for all 3 Spider-Men from No Way Home, that is the 3-pack right there. And then finally, we get over to the G.I. Joe Classified section. So for G.I. Joe Classifieds, we have the new Pythons from Target. So 3 new Pythons. We have Mole Rat. That is our last Mole Rat. We have Hawk. And today we just got in Dreadnought Ripper. If anybody needs Ripper, he is available as well. And then there's just various other G.I. Joe Classifieds on these shelves. We have last year's exclusive Dr. Mindbender, a couple Owl Bears. We have this year's con exclusive Chuckles. And then we got the Snow Boys down there. We also have a Tommy Oliver Master Morpher Vintage Collection Rescue set over there. Interrogation Room Joker over here. 89 Batman with Batmobile. And then over here we have the Party Wagon for NECA. If you're a NECA TMNT collector, we also have more NECA TMNT stuff. If anybody wants to see any of that, I can pull that bin. And then we have some blaster boxes for cards and stuff like that. So if anything that I just showed caught anybody's eye, let me know. Or if there's anything else that you're interested in general, throw that in the chat and let me know as well. Let me fix my cord here. On this table over here? This is a fucking mess. That's why. It's supposed to be the review table. Well, this thing takes up so much room, so now it's just kind of like a table as in and of itself. It's been a little bit of a crazy weekend. I mean, these vintage collection figures need to go back into a short box. We pulled stuff out of the attic, and then it was just like, all right, well, this stuff shouldn't necessarily be in the attic. It should be represented, so let's leave that stuff out. But then I got to put stuff in boxes. I ordered some more bins, so I'm going to try to get a little more organized. I ordered like 12 more bins because it was like 20% off on eBay and the shipping was free. So I just grabbed those of like the good latching bins that I like. These ones. Also, actually, I can send you the listing for that, because it's the ones that I like, and you can get the 20% off right now. I'll show you the one that I bought. Let me do that before I forget. It's just that they're expensive. I do not have any Django Fets. Sorry. Definitely got to restock Django Fets. For sure. They need to just do a new Django Fett because it's been too long. That Gaming Greats one is, I don't know, it came out a long time as well. They did a refresh on it, and that one's old now. They're pumping out Mandalorians left and right. They can't give us a goddamn. All I bought was Black Friday was night vision goggles on Amazon. Well, I mean, you did buy stuff from us over the weekend, so, but yeah, Amazon night vision goggles, a must-have. So maybe I'll send them to you on IG. I'll send you the eBay link for someone else that's selling this. This is not me trying to sell him something on eBay for anybody that's listening from whatnot. Just trying to help his storage solution. So this is the listing, and that's for 12 bins. And then there is a coupon where you can get 20% off. I think it's like saves 20 or something. Just try to look for it. If you have an issue trying to find the coupon, let me know. Although I might be able to create an affiliate link version of that as well. So, whatever. Just do your research and all that. But I like those bins. You can fit like, depending on the figure, you could fit like around 25-ish figures in them. Especially the newer, smaller box ones, especially these ones, which most of your stuff is loose anyway. Yeah, I'll definitely try to swap those out for those. Plus, they're clear. They have latches. They slide into each other so that you can like stack them nicely. Like if you look over here, like see how they stack right on top of each other. And there's like a ton of figures in there. That one's missing the latch. Sometimes the latches pop off, but they usually don't like actually break. Like even these, I'll show you the latch because I have an extra latch over here. Like they're not super long, so it's harder for them to actually break. And they're like decent. So that's like the latch. Whatever. Am I here to sell fucking latches or figures? What are you talking about? And that's what's going on with that. Whatever. We like to help everybody out. Otherwise, it's all just wasted knowledge, right? Why keep it in my head? All right. If anybody's interested in anything, let me know. I guess what we're going to do reviews, we'll probably try to do them by one. But we'll see if we could get some sales going first. If it's completely dead, I will move that up, but we'll aim for 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. Eastern to do our unboxings and reviews. Let me pin my regular message here. What up, Nightwing? How you doing? Here's some DC stuff for you, Nightwing. I'm gonna point you guys at Marvel stuff as well, since there's some more new Marvel stuff available. I didn't have leftovers. So basically, we went to like my sister-in-law's house. And I mean, it is what it is. It's nice that she hosted, but I think she said she wasn't going to host after this year. And I'm just like, thank God. Because it's not the best. Her house is not big enough to do this. And the food was decent, but it's not a situation where you would even get any leftovers. I like it better when like my parents host. I can't wait to have a house that I can host. No, the turkey was fine. The stuffing sucked, bro. It was very bad stuffing. It was like way too like salty. I don't know. Whatever. And listen, I'm not a fabulous cook, so I can't criticize that much. But come on, you can't screw up the stuffing. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Otherwise, everything was good though. I can't complain that much. There were like a ton of desserts. But then tonight we went to my parents' house because they were having people over. So me and my siblings and my nieces. It was like a second Thanksgiving, and technically it was for my birthday, even though I had no idea coming into that because my birthday was like 3 weeks ago. But they literally did like a cake for me and stuff. So that was funny. And then we got really good Italian food from a local place called Positano's, which is near my parents. And then we had so like chicken parm, chicken franchise, linguine and clam sauce, all the good shit. So that was all great. I was able to bring some penne home from that, and then which I've had now. I had these on Thursday, and I had them tonight. I had the cake that my mom made, and then my brother bought pie, but I wanted to try the pie, but I just couldn't eat that much, so I opted to do the. My mom makes these. They're like cheesecake cupcakes, and then she puts like the cherries on top, and it's like the bottom is like a Nilla wafer. So it's just fucking fantastic. So that was the other half of my dessert. And I was able to bring a couple of those home tonight. So I have 3 of those sitting in the fridge. As I cough right in all your faces. Then here's some G.I. Joe stuff, guys. Maybe I'll start prepping us for reviews because I don't know if anybody's going to grab anything tonight. That's why we ended up. I came on last night, late night, just because we had. He stopped by. He's been here sparingly. I wouldn't say MIA. I would say sparingly this week. But he might have been shopping deals on other streams because there were so many people streaming. He's got to get his SH figure arts. You know how much he loves those. Perfect. And then I'll point you guys back at some Star Wars stuff. I saw he was raving about getting the latest Ray SH figure. I just was reading about Susan B. Anthony's autobiography. Taking down the patriarchy, one SH figure arts purchase at a time. I don't think I've ever bought an SH figure arts figure. I think I've only ever bought like a KO. I gotta think. Unless if it was. Did they have the big monster Venom? Was that them? Okay, then I didn't. There might have been another one. Did they put the magnets on the feet? Okay. I mean, if I was to get into SH figure arts, I would go for SH monster arts. The thing is that those are really expensive. Like they don't have $60 to $80 figures in that range. If those Godzilla figures are mad expensive. Like the Ghidorah. Did you see the new Godzilla Zero or whatever? Not the movie. The movie comes out next week, but they showed the new figure for that version of Godzilla. Yeah, that thing is sick. That I'd fuck around with. It's just they're not that big though. I don't know. I guess whatever. That's what I keep saying is that there's so many. Well, that's why I just keep rocking my OG ones. These guys, that guy back there, the main dude in charge back there. Gooey Godzilla. That's what I call him. Gooey Godzilla. He's all gooey because his plastic's old. Yeah, the Ghidorah was the one that I was the most tempted by, like multiple times. And then, like I said, just with like any time it's like SH figure arts or some import like that, I'm always just like, I should just get the KO because usually the KO is like just as good, or like an eighth of the price. Because all those molds get fucking stolen. Somebody in the factory always steals those fucking molds. Moldy fuck. I haven't started it yet, but I'm happy that it's getting really good reviews. It's good to know that that you like it as well. It's good to know. Alright, how do I want to wrangle these vintage collection figures? Because I do not want them loose like this. Oh shit! Bounce right inside. What up, Prof? What up, Catfish? How you doing? All right. How's everybody's weekend going? You guys get any good deals? Not how was your Thanksgiving? How's your family? You guys got any good deals? That's what matters. Oh, you couldn't find battle damage Vader, so you came crawling back. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Catfish. I don't know if you need Tuscan Raiders, but I found a couple extras that I can do like good prices on. So if you're interested, I figured I'd just throw that out there. Same thing with well, actually somebody bought a lot of my battle droids yesterday, but figured I'd at least throw that out there. All right, Prof. So what the hell is your bundle? Is this your bundle? Newest. This was your bundle? The Phase 2 clone, the Malik, and the Vader? We have to pay fees tonight, though, so we got to figure that out. Okay, cool. That's fine. We can always redo it. I mean, if you need just not Vader, I got you. All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna delete that because we don't need that anymore. All right. So that's gone. Vader, our original price on him. That's a different. Oh, that is Dual Zen Vader. All right, there he is. So we'll just simplify it. On his own, he's 35. If you just want to grab him on his own tonight, since we're paying fees and everything, he's 35. If you want to do a bundle with him, we can work that into a future bundle. But I'm not going to increase the price or anything. I know we lowered it yesterday, but I'll just leave it at his bundled price yesterday. The other new stuff. What's that Luke next to him at? This is light cruiser Luke. Light cruiser Luke. He also would be 35, but I'll knock the 5 off if you're going to get the pair. So you're at They were 70, and then I knock it down to 65. 65 for the pair. You want to do that? Okay, let me build you a little bundle then. I could probably do it on the Wook listing because I don't think we have that Wook anymore. Luke! Oh, Luke! Come on, don't put Wook. Like, Wook. Alright, let's see. Plus BD Vader. There's only one of those. We are doing it for 65, we said, right? There you go. Oh, and Peru. Oh, and Peru, so hot. This is your bundle right here. Thank you so much, Prof. I'm happy we were able to figure that out so you get that BD Vader. That's great. What, you were looking on just Whatnot in general, or like Target, or what? That you couldn't even find one. Just an example of how awesome we are, right? Target is wiped. Wow. Okay. Well, his price is gonna go up, so it's a good thing you got him now. Good thing that I think I have extras. All right. There's your boys. I'm gonna go put them in the soul pile. I'm gonna see if I have another Vader. Whatever. If anybody asks for him. Nice. That's good that you got him out for 28. So that's straight retail because he's 25 plus tax. So that's good. It's a good deal. No, that's good, man. That's what you gotta do. You gotta like look around, figure out the best thing that works best for you. If you're paying aftermarket on everything, then it's not worth it. Patience. That's all I got. All right, I'll keep that in mind. I wonder if his actual sales reflect that. I noticed that on me. That's why we're here, to make things at least easier for people. I mean, I don't hunt that much. Most of the stuff is pre-orders. But also just pre-ordering everything that I think is cool is part of that too. Well, a lot of people aren't going to do that. Oh no, Duel's End. Sorry, I keep screwing it up. It's Duel's End. Yeah, his price is pushing up. It's pushing up for sure. It had a lull. Actually, it never really lulled that much. But the only ones available are pretty expensive right now. Yeah, he's basically like a $45 to $50 figure. I am not a distributor. I'm more of a hunter and a pre-order. But I just try to do the best we can. I mean, with stuff like that, we usually go after exclusives anyway. With stuff like that, um, exclusives, you're not going to get a distributor price on it anyway. Also, distribution is pretty overrated. Like, I've looked into it multiple times, and it's like you're either getting the figures for general release figures, which is the only thing. Yeah, I am a simple man trying to make my way through the galaxy. Distribution is slightly better because of the prices that you're getting the units at, but you also have to order a lot of units in order to get decent prices on anything. And you're only saving a couple bucks. So basically the way that it works, and I looked into here's an example. All right. Now I don't know what the exact unit breakdown of this was, like how much it would have been per figure. It's probably $30 to $40 per figure, because that's what they charge at their local shows. But I looked into being a distributor for Mythic Legions, because like there's not that many distributors of them out there. There's a big crowd of them. There's slightly less competition. It would be something that's in the wheelhouse of like, okay, let's be unique. We'll have this action figure line. Not as many people sell it. Blah blah blah. All that bullshit. But the bottom line is that the amount that you have to invest per wave per year was more than I would want to invest in. Like, you have to be committed to investing that much money into each wave per year. I don't need to give you the actual numbers and stuff. Now, for something like Star Wars Black Series Marvel Legends, you can order a decent amount of cases, which the Legends would make more sense. I don't know. Whatever. I feel like their breakdowns and their waves are like a little bit better than Black Series, because Black Series has so many re-releases. But for the basic waves, you pretty much are gonna pay anywhere between, if you're ordering a lot, probably like maybe $18 per figure. If you're ordering a case or two, you're gonna end up paying like $22 per figure. And then I do not think that is taxed. So if it's like, if I'm paying $22 for a figure, I'm still gonna have to charge people over $30 to make a decent amount of money when you're giving 12% of your cuts to whatnot. And then, on eBay we offer free shipping. Like, there's all different shit. So that's why like prices end up being the way that they are. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Plus, not to mention the fact that we typically, if I am on top of things for a specific figure, I'm usually gonna have it earlier than everybody else. You know what I mean? Or at least like right when people start getting it. Like, if I go out and I hunt at Target, they're gonna give Target and Walmart, and if you pre-order it on Amazon or like stuff like that, you're gonna have it before everybody else. If you do distribution on a wave, you're gonna have it like 2 months after everybody else, because they're prioritizing the big box stores for their distribution, and then the smaller comic shops and smaller sellers, they get the inventory that's like, they get it later. So by that time, it's fucking clearance on Amazon or something like that, which we've gotten stuck with plenty of shit. But at the same time, if you have it at the right time and you sell it, then that's where the money is. Otherwise you got to start losing money on shit. So that's kind of like the philosophy here, and why I have weighed out. Maybe one day we'll do distribution. It's something that's good to have in your back pocket. You have to commit a certain amount to it per year in order for it to work out. I don't know. It is what it is. It's nice when you can order waves of a single figure sometimes. Oh, here you got the X-Men the 97 X-Men, the latest shit. Had the whole way from Target, and they were still waiting on. Yeah, and even if you look at that stuff right now, I mean, it's Black Friday, so it's a little bit different. That's a matter of when that wave was released. A lot of those figures are like $18 on Black Friday. and that's probably what they paid for them. That's probably the best price that they could possibly get for them on distribution is $18, and I could just go to Amazon and buy it. You know, when we had X-Men 97, I was like, okay, which I think I still have. I have one Wolverine and one Magneto left, right? I got 2 Magnetos, 2 Wolverines, or maybe 3 of each, whatever. We immediately had shows that weekend that were local shows. So I was able to make a decent amount of money on those, get them out the door. We only have 1 of each left. I'm not stuck with a ridiculous amount of inventory. And, you know, if they sell through on Amazon at $18 and you want to play the long game on it, but that's why we just kind of like say, all right, we're going to post things at a certain price and then just negotiate with people. That's what it is. If somebody wants to come in here, see something they want to buy it now, and just snag it, then all the power to them. I appreciate that. Thank you for your business. If you're... It's so random, Avi. It really is. It really is. I mean, the funny thing is, I have carried G.I. Joe classifieds for a long time. Like, probably really since I wasn't when it launched, I wasn't doing as many shows, but I've had them at every show since, you know what I mean? Right now, my classified stuff sells. It really does. Some of the older stuff doesn't, but if I have a new classified stuff, it's gonna sell. Like, that's very good performing line. And people don't really scoff at the prices too much. Usually they're just like, all right, well, I'll take it. It's like impossible to get. And then, I mean, the 3 big things that we do are... Oh, Shadow. I'll show you new stuff. The 3 big things that we do are obviously Star Wars Black Series, Marvel Legends, and G.I. Joe Classifieds. Those are the lines that I'm investing in and paying attention to the most. And then obviously we have our vintage collection stuff on the side. Us not having as much vintage collection stuff has more to do with Hasbro fading that line than anything else, because they're stupid about that line. But I'm selective with most of that stuff. Usually with G.I. Joe, though, I will at least get 1 of each figure in stock, and then for the exclusives, I'll go a little bit ham on. So here's your update on classified, since we're talking about them anyway. So these are the Target exclusive Pythons. So these are all the new Pythons that just hit. Technically, these are not even out yet. We're before the release date on these. They're not even allowed to sell them at the store. Don't ask me how I got them. This is our last Mole Rat from Walmart. This is Hawk. And this is Ripper. That's the newest stuff. We do still have some snow jobs, if you want a snow job. We do still have a Snow Serpent, Chuckles, Dr. Mindbender, various other figures down there. That's a Firefly right there. And then these over here, we have that new Python chick, Vipera over there. Some troopers over here. I'll get to your question in a second, Shadow. And then more over here. Multi-packs, vehicle packs up there. The regular Trouble Bubble is over here. So we have the Python version and the regular one. All right, Ripper. This is our first day with him. We just got Ripper in. Rippy dippy doo. I just added him. Hold on. So I have Ripper listed. Everybody knows what that means. That's just our list price. I have him listed at $45. If you're interested in anything else, we always do better deals on multiples. You know that, Shadow. Or just let me know. You know, make me an offer. It is what it is. But this is our only Ripper. All right, Ripper and Hawk. Ripper, I have him listed at 45. What do I have Hawk listed at? Hawk, I have listed at 50. He really should be closer to 45. All right, so if we're saying that they're both 45 times 2, that's 90. I'll do $10 off of our asking price for those and do the pair for 80. Let me know. Hawk and Ripper for 80. And do that. All right, cool. I'm gonna run it under the Ripper because we only have one Ripper. And I don't know if I have another Hawk. I think I only have one Hawk, but whatever. And Hawk. Next. We said 80. Save. All right, there's your bundle. Thank you, Shadow. Appreciate that. One question. This is a question that I've been asking people a lot recently. Avi lets me do it. Feel free to say no. We're going to review a couple figures later in the show. Do I have permission to open and review your figures, or do you want me to leave them sealed? That's totally just throwing it out there. I don't know if you've let me do this in the past, but I will obviously ship them to you completely sealed if you don't want me to do that. I don't over-articulate or anything, but it's up to you, Shadow. These ones sealed. Okay, that's totally fine. I just figured I'd ask, just because these are the only two that I have, and it's just because I like them and I want to review them, that's all, and it's good YouTube content. But in the future, if that's okay with you, feel free to let me know. But these are sealed, that's totally fine. I'm going to restock them anyway, so I'm not really too worried about it. And thank you for your business. Appreciate that. Let's get these guys out of here. All right, these guys are sold out now, so no more Rippers and no more Hawks. That's 102 and 103 in the line. That's cool, Shadow. That's cool. I don't know if I've ever actually asked you that question before. I'm just trying it out just to see who lets me and who doesn't. Because Avi lets me, he does not care. So, but I would never do it without somebody's permission. Obviously, everything that we have is sealed. All right, I'm gonna jumble things around a little bit. I'm gonna put this Firefly on display, and I'm gonna put Viper on display. And we have Grunt also. I don't know if anybody needs Grunt, but there's a Grunt over here too. Grunt I can do a decent deal on. Here's your refresh over here. Yeah, Avi doesn't give a shit. He lets me do whatever I want. He buys things so that I can review them, it seems like. The only one is the Mole Rat. I think. Is there anybody else here? Just a lot of targets. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. I do have one option for you. I don't know if you have this yet. Do you have the Gung Ho? No, the new one. The better one. The best Gung Ho. So the two Walmart exclusives, which you're not going to like this specific one because it's not in good condition. We have the Walmart exclusive Baroness on the card. Yes, there's a second Gung Ho. But she doesn't have a good card. So just throwing that out there. I assume you're not interested in that one because she has shitty box. But then I do have decent card on this one. Let me see. Oh, there's a little bit of an issue with the card on this one. This is the best Gung Ho they've done. So this was the second version of Gung Ho that they did as a Walmart exclusive. And it looks a lot more like the OG. I found these in the attic. I mean, I knew that they were up there, but I might have been putting them to the side for personals, but it is what it is. True. Yeah, there you go. Truest. The only thing I'll point out on this one is it has a little bit of a issue with the card there. But that is the better Gung Ho. This is the best Gung Ho. Yeah, crease. Creasy. These cards suck, though, dude. These are like the thinnest cards ever if you've ever encountered one of these. Like, if you compare this, and they're going to fix this. They already said that they were going to fix it. Like, if you look at the Spider-Man cards, just so I can finish my point before we get back to business. Like, look how much thicker the Spider-Man card is in that. It's like double carded. All right. Gung ho. Oh, easy. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Zartan is cool. We sold that Zartan like real quick when we had it. This one would have been sold. It was in the attic. Let's see. Let me get an update on him. And this is my last of these gung hos, or else I would offer you one with a better card. All right. I will say that our asking price on gung ho is 50, but the fact that you already bought stuff and the fact that it has a crease, I'll lower it to 42, $8 off. So $5 off for buying stuff, $3 off for the crease. So 42 if you want to hit it. 42. We also have the what's her name? Lady J, but I don't think anybody wants that. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want. I also have CoverGirl. A lot of people missed CoverGirl, and now she's hard to get. So we do have CoverGirl as well. Just throwing that out there, just because I knew that was like, oh, she's kind of hard to restock. Let's try to restock her, and I restocked her. So CoverGirl. Okay. God damn it. All right, I'll fix her in a minute. Wrong gung-ho? Okay, 42. Continue, Joe. GIJC. Retro. Gung, boats, and hose. New. New. Next. I know. 42. 191. 6-inch action figure. And pin. There you go. Is retro. The retro Baroness actually is like a better version than the bike one. I'll show you. Because I have both of them here. We can. We have done this comparison in the past. Thank you so much, Shadow. And don't feel. I don't have to open it. Don't worry about that. You don't have to offer that to me. If you want it sealed, you get it sealed. Okay, cool. Then I'll just review it. We'll do it for our reviews tonight. We're planning on doing the reviews around like 1 a.m., so it's like 1 a.m. now. We'll see if anybody else wants anything. Hold on. This is like so hard to do. There we go. Okay. So I think it's that they did the removable glasses. I don't know. The old one, I don't know if her glasses were removable. But this was like a lot of people like this version better. It's like much darker. Yeah, she does have better paint. Mole rat. Let's see. Miles and miles of mole rat. Oh, okay, easy. Let's get mole rat over here and see what we're asking and what we want to do for. And yes, I do. I've been waiting to review this fucking mole rat. I was gonna just open one and just keep it as a personal because I've been waiting so long to review this mole rat. All right, mole, mole, mole. Hold on, let me figure him out. Oh, my thing's running slow. 1 second. Okay, obviously, hold on. I'm obviously not charging this. 1 second. Let me just double check him. I just wanted to find his listing. That's what we originally had him listed for. Mole. All right, I'll just do the same thing that we did with the last one. He's 60. I will offer him at 45. There we go. If that doesn't work for you, let me know. We can haggle further. These are Baronesses. Avi, I don't know if you want me to keep this Baroness out. You have the. Thank you, Shadow. Appreciate you. All right, so you're okay with me reviewing Mole Rat and Gung Ho, right? We're cool with those. You don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, cool. Baroness. Hold on. Let me actually look her up. She was not as hard to get. It's a Baroness. Baroness. Retro Baroness. Classified Retro Baroness. I can base price her at 35, Avi. If you want her for 35, let me know. That's our base price for 6-inch. You know that. You want to do that? Okay. Is there anything else tonight? Just before you get going, if you want to do a combo deal, I don't want you to get hammered on the shipping. We got these Marvel guys too. You already grabbed stuff from us this weekend, so I'm not gonna push, but I just want to make sure that your shipment is a good shipment, because everything is gonna go out tomorrow if we review everything tonight. Is the Vipera. These are all the pythons. This guy's dope. He's like the best python they've done. And then there's the Viper. She's cool. I do like the way this guy looks too. I know I'm saying I like everything, but Viper. And then the Trouble Bubble Boy. Trouble Bubble Boy. All right, Viper is also a base figure. So it would be 35 each, but then you get the $5 off on the combo deal. So let me know. Is that it? You good with that? Okay, cool. I'll run that and then I'll tell you the Python bow. I think we had it at 100, but I could definitely do better on that, Shadow. 1 second. You obviously are grabbing stuff, so. So Viper is 65. Oh, sorry. This combo is 65, and I just need to edit. We don't have like too much stuff to review. Plus Retro Baroness. Come on, Baroness. It was 65. 21. Save. Pin. All right, Avi, that is yours. I'm gonna have to break. I think I might have to break some of this stuff up because we have a lot of stuff to review. Hold on 1 second. Let me just check. Five, 6, 7, 8. That would be 8 figures to review. So we might have to hold off on that. Saudi oil tycoon display. Hold on, let me just double check on the bubble boy. The Python trouble bubble, right? Not the regular one. I said 100, and then I said 85, right? And then you said 80. Yeah, I'll do it at 80. You already grabbed a bunch of stuff. You were gonna get a $5 discount and a combo deal anyway. So, all right, let me just edit it for you. So, in case anybody was doubting, what our best action figure line is right now, this is literally all me selling GI Joe classifieds in a Star Wars stream. It was a Joe night. Well, we had so many cool Joes that it was only a matter of time before some of them got flushed out. All right, there you go. There's your book. And then we're keeping the bubble sealed, right? Like, I assume you want the trouble bubble sealed, right? Oh boy! All right. All right. Let's figure this out. How are we gonna do this? It's gonna be a bubble bonanza. All right. Of course, dude. Of course. If I do anything, then I'm gonna replace it, and I'm gonna send you a different one. So, not like I'm not gonna restock trouble bubbles at some point. But yeah, I won't let that happen. Those were the bubbles. Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any other requests before we transition into review mode? Because I got to get some of these reviews going. I guess I could review them. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do a Star Wars section of reviews and a GI Joe section of reviews. I've never had this issue before, but I'd like to review everything tonight if I can. So please remember to have Willem, DeFriend, Kismet on card, Andrew Garfield. Okay, let's transition into review mode because I think that's good. We had a good night. I appreciate everybody's business as always, but if we're gonna get these reviews done, then we gotta get them moving. Okay, so just to review what we're gonna review. Avi, I'm allowed to review everything. I know he doesn't give a shit about that. Shadow, I'm allowed to review Mole Rat, Gung Ho, and the Python Trouble Bubble, right? And then we're leaving Hawk and Ripper sealed. Is that everything? Okay. And then when I ship them, do you want any of the boxes? Like, do you want the Mole Rat and Trouble Bubble box? And this carded Gung Ho box? Like, do you want me to ship them with those? Just the Trouble Bubble box. Okay, so I'll probably just put everybody in the Trouble Bubble box that's loose, and then I'll ship those two with the other two. Okay, that's a good plan. And I'll be gentle when I'm opening that box so it doesn't get destroyed. Alright, let me transition here. Give me a couple minutes. You guys know it takes me a million fucking years to set up this thing, so. But I appreciate everybody coming out and supporting. Finishing Black Friday weekend with a bang. With a G.I. Joe bang. Please use any boxes for firewood. As always, Avi. Absolutely. Let's go. Let's get rocking and rolling here. Give me one heck of a YouTube video we got going on here. You guys might have flipped the script on me buying a new computer, by the way. Because that was my goal for the weekend. And I think we might have exceeded that goal now, so that's good. What with the sales from the other days, and tonight basically being our best night. And then we'll have better quality streams and better quality videos and better quality reviews because I'll have a good computer. All right, we're transitioning to reviews for anybody that just came in. You can still look through the store and let me know if you're interested in anything. So just shout that out. There's plenty of stuff available in the store still. Pull up the list thing. Let me get my little Funko Man. Take a whiz. Maybe I'll do a Star Wars video and a G.I. Joe video. Let's see. Okay. Now we need to select our comparison figures. Oh, actually, we're going to have enough figures that we don't even really need them. Yeah, 1 second. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to split this into 2 separate videos. We're going to do... How about we'll do it like this? I'm going to do a video to start off. That's all the G.I. Joe stuff. And then I'll transition to Avi your pile from previous days, which is a mix of Star Wars and Marvel Legends and the Dungeons and Dragons. If it gets too late for the after the GI Joe stuff, then I will transition and maybe do those like tomorrow. Just because we have a lot of figures to get through. So I apologize in advance if you have to wait to see Green Goblin tonight, but I want to just get the GI Joe stuff out. All right, and we'll do comparisons to other stuff at the end. We'll just compare all these figures to each other. We don't need extra figures to compare. Get a knife. Vipera. All right, so we'll do the retros first, then the Viper, then the Mole Rat, and then we'll finish with the Trouble Bubble. Or maybe we'll finish with the Mole Rat. Viper. Okay, that's fine. Let's get Sith and Rich a tag as well, so that if they want to see this review, they can see it live. Maybe I don't have this big stack. Okay. Let's remove any thingies. Just do a pin and an unpin. Okay, and they're as far back as they're gonna go. Okay, Mole Rat is the last. Viper is second to last. Trouble Bubble can go over here for now. All right, we'll start with the Baroness. That's true. Let's get Rich in here too. All right, that's good. Oh, I need the volume down too. So there's like so many dot your T's and cross your I's things around here when we do this. That down to 3. Let's actually restart this video so it doesn't stop in the middle. Like fighting this controller right now. Three hours later. Okay. Try our best here. What's going on? Hut Heads is Joe the Hut from Joba's Palace. Whoa, here with another What's in the Box action figure unboxing / review for you. We're currently live on Whatnot, so give us a follow on Whatnot, on Instagram, on YouTube, which is probably where you are seeing us right now. We have over 600 items available, and we stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. And then we sometimes will sneak in some weekend streams. If you're after action figures, we have a ton of stuff available. We are now going to open and review some items that people purchased from us earlier in the week. So thank you, Avi, and also thank you, Shadow, for letting us do that. This video will mostly be based on, actually, it's going to be all G.I. Joe classified figures. So it's a bunch of figures that we'll get to take a look at and that I'm excited for. There's some stuff from last year. So it should be a fun, good video. So once again, give us a follow across all those places at Joba's Palace and let us know if you're after anything. We always do better deals on multiple items, stuff like that. Feel free to shoot me a DM, your want list on Instagram. We also have an eBay store, all that stuff. So just look for Joba's Palace everywhere. All right, let's get into this because we have let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures that we're going to review for classifieds right now. So let's jump on in. So the first one that we're going to do is the Baroness. So this is the retro version. So she previously was released with the coil motorcycle. This is the release after that. This was a Walmart exclusive. And it does have like some updates to it and a little bit better deco on it. So let's take a look at her. So these, I will just point out, just so you guys know. So Walmart, we know, is notorious for just completely destroying your boxes and your cards. They were shipping these in bubble mailers, which were never a good idea. So Walmart, please be better, just in general. So if you notice, the card on this one is not in good shape. And these cards are very, very flimsy. I was literally, listen, I can literally blow the card and it'll fly away. That just happened to me when I was prepping for the video. So I figured I'd share that with everybody. So these card backs suck. They have said that they are going to fix that in the future when they do their retro releases, but just something to keep an eye out for. I wouldn't expect to find these in great condition that often. So don't get mad at sellers if they don't have them in good condition. It's not really their fault. It's really more a combination of Walmart and Hasbro's fault, as it always is. All right, so let's get this open and we'll take a look at her. The cool thing about these is they come with the stands. Also, here's a technique for being able to reseal these. Just have a better knife. Get better at it. You can kind of just pull it out of here. There goes the stand. Don't want to lose that. As always with the classified figures, you really got to keep an eye on all your accessories because they typically give you a lot of accessories and some of them are kind of small. There we go. See, one just popped out of there. All right, so there's your empty box that we don't need anymore because Avi doesn't need that one. And we'll review some of the accessories and then we'll review the figure itself. Let's get the accessories out of here. Here's your sniper rifle. You got dual pistols going on here. The glasses is the number one thing that I do not want to lose. I'm going to put that over there very gingerly. All right, and we're going to do our punch out of the packaging. Get the legs out individually so we don't break anything, and then she should slide right out, and we'll throw that out of here. All right, so there she is. Let's get her on her stand. I love that they give us stands with these. Love it. Does it not have? It doesn't have a her name on it though, so I guess we're just reusing the same stand over and over for these. And there she is. All right, so first off, here's the glasses. And you can see on her head, she has a little indents where those glasses will slide in. So it doesn't look great when you don't have the glasses on her, but I feel like for the most part, you're gonna have the glasses on her. Here's one of the pistols. Obviously, we have two of these. Oop. Get some extra light in here for you. Hold on, bear with me. There you go. So look at the pistol. So there you have two of those. This is her big old sniper rifle. Nice detailing on there. And then this is more of like, I guess we're calling this, I feel like it looks more like a shotgun than anything else. I guess it's an MG though, right? People that know guns better than me can definitely decipher that for you. All right, first thing that I want to do now that we've gotten all those accessories out of the way is I want to put her glasses on her because I do not want to lose them. So here's our process of putting the glasses on. You can see that there's divots in there, and then you just slide it in there. And then it's just a matter of getting them aligned in the right way so that they sit on there nice. But once they're on there, they do look good. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I think we should always just be getting a head sculpt that has glasses, a head sculpt that doesn't have glasses. You know, that's really the way to go with that. That's the better way to go with that. But definitely looks good on there once they're on there. You know, like this head sculpt is kind of useless if you don't have the glasses on it because nobody wants to see those weird indents in her face, right? All right, and just a quick review of articulation. Avi saying the glasses look better, more Cohen's fashion optical more than the last one's target eyewear. So there's your shoulder up. She does have these shoulder pads here, but they're not hindering too much. I mean, I guess you might be able to go a little bit higher on that arm, but I do not want to push it. Once again, this is not my figure, so I like to be a little respectful and not over articulate. Here's your elbow. Very much a single jointed elbow there. As we've come to know with Hasbro females, we're starting to get better with that. And then the wrist we can expect, you know, twisty wrists, all that stuff. We have a bunch of figures to do, so I'm not gonna like go too crazy with the articulation. I'll just show you guys all the regular poses. There's the splits, not the best splits, especially for a limber individual like her, but good enough. You know, what are we really gonna do her in splits for? And then there's a little bit of a you gotta get to this joint here. There it is, where you can actually twist that joint because it's very much aligned with the other one. So we're gonna be like battling those two joints against each other when we do that. So keep that in mind. Here's your knees. Nice. Nice range on that knee. Definitely like that. Here's a kick back. Not too much on the kick back. Here's your kick forward. We do have drop down hips on this. So remember that depending on where you have that hip is where you're going to be able to get your range of motion there. So just be careful. Make sure that you're always either pushing down or popping up that hip, depending on what direction you want to go in. We did the knees. There's no boot cut. No boot cut, but I do like this glossy look to her. And then there's your ankle. And we can expect. For the head, she can look up a little bit, but she has a little hair. She has a little hair. She has a lot of hair, so it's always going to get in the way. The hair actually kind of looks kind of weird that she has like this straight cut right there. Some split ends, though. I don't know about that. Here's your look down. Very good look down. Very nice on the look down. And then the look left and right. Here's her waist, which she has a waist down here that you can move. It's a little stiff. It wants to pop back in over there. Don't want to push it. And then what do we got? And then we do have like a chest articulation as well. So that's really going to help you more go up and down than anything else. So there she is. There's her articulation. Now let's take a look at her just in general. I definitely like this glossy look to her. It looks more like it's actual armor. And then her nice little like gauntlets there too. This belt and holster is obviously a loose piece. So you can use it to get out of the way of your articulation. It's a little wide for what it's doing. It's never going to be able to like really sit. It's always going to drop down like that, but not the most ridiculous of gripes. Here's the back. Here's a little donk donk. Here you go. Pop that up. Look at the donk donk. The back. I like that her like under padding. It's very it's like scaly, like a snake would be. I like the aesthetic of that. That gives definitely gives me a snake feel to it. Where's the betterness? All right, let's get. I'm not gonna mess around with these other two guns right now. We know how those are supposed to go. I'd like to see her in the double. Uh, double handgun look right now. That's that on her. Yeah, I like her in the double handgun look. I feel like that's if I was to post her in my thing. I mean, I guess you could do the sniper. We don't want to get too much into snipers. Doing a sniper pose takes too long. We always get stuck on those. So there's like a nice double handgun look. Duke, how you do this, Duke? I'm here for Destro. Destro and his large metal penis. And that's what we're going. You wanted some type of weird accent, so there you go. That was requested in the chat. So yeah, let's get her back on. This stand isn't as great as I would like for it to be. Her feet do not pop in there as easily as you would think. There we go. All right, we got it. All right, so there's like a little mini review. Dick, what are you doing? Drink more vodka. Dos vidanya, Duke. All right. And then those are the two other guns that we already talked about. All right, we don't want to spend too much time on one figure because we have a bunch of stuff to get through. So there is Baroness. Here's a decent pose on her. You know, if I spent a little bit more time, I like sometimes doing like the one up. It's cool when she has the briefcase too. That's what I did with the retro version. So there you go. For like firing a warning shot. Duke, I have you cornered. Give me the thing that I came here for. There you go. All right. Let's move on to our next figure. I do need more vodka. We're gonna move on to our next figure. Oscar from Hey Arnold. All right, our next figure is gonna be courtesy of Shadow, and this is also in that retro line. I promise I won't complain about the card backs again because I know I spent a lot of time on that. It is going to be one of the best retros and one of the best classifieds that we've gotten, at least from a Deco re-release perspective. Gung Ho. So this is a much more classic look. Definitely we're saying Sunbow cartoon, right? That's like what it more looks like. So definitely a cool version of him. I know that people had gripes with the marine tattoo on the first one. So hopefully this marine tattoo will make people happier. Let's get him out of here though. Okay, God. Let's see if we can get him out of there. So the real way to do this, just so you guys know, I'm just opening it because I know I'm throwing these out, is to slit these two, and then you would be able to slide it back in. But I know that we're not keeping this. Just to get him out of there and move things along. Like if it was my personal one, I wanted to reseal it at some point, I would cut the bottom of that as well. There he is. Yeah, he's sick. All right, let's get his accessories out here. Backpack, nice. We're going. What is it? We're saying teal. Is this teal? Is it aqua? Is aqua the color? Yeah, teal. We're going teal. There goes a handgun. Here's a handgun. I did not lose it. It is right there. Let's take a little bit more look at the detail on the handgun. Hold on. Let's get it in here so we're actually getting light and there we go. There's the handgun. Like the actual handle. It's cool that it looks like a clip that you could actually pull out of it. And then this is a shotgun, right? Oh no, this is like a grenade launcher, isn't it? Or is that a shotgun? The shotgun, right? That's a shotgun. Really dope shotgun. With the strap and everything. So you could pop it over his shoulder. Alright, now let's get him out of here. Oh, he's got a knife too. I'll get the knife out. I already started him, so he pops out. These pop out of these pretty easily, so I wouldn't worry too much about like breaking a figure out of the package as long as you're not a ham-fisted Neanderthal. Some people are like, I don't know why it broke out of the package. It's like, because you ripped it out of the package like a jackass. All right, here's the knife. Nobody's gonna have a little color commentary. Nice knife like that. I love the handle on that one. I like the silver. Broad, no brain. Yeah, so those are all the accessories, and then we got him, and then he has his stand as well. This stand is not as glossy as the Baroness one. If you look at the Baroness one, it's a lot glossier. This also was a different wave. Oh no, it was the same wave. It was the same wave, isn't it? Yeah. So I guess they just went with different stands. And then we'll take a good look at him. Let's get his hat on him because it's kind of weird. I mean, here's him without the hat on. And then we'll pop his hat on. Which that really just pops right on. It's secure on there. It's not going anywhere. You just slide it in. That's what she said. There he is with his hat. It does seem to sit a little high on his head. I guess that's his look, though. I mean, he's got a big... No, he has a big fucking head, actually. So we're saying that this is the top of his head. So there's like that much room. What's going on? Yeah, that's just his look. It's a little jarring at first, but when you think about the fact that this hat is filled with dome right now, that it definitely looks like it's supposed to. All right. Let's get into his articulation a little bit. So there's nothing impeding his shoulder here, so he shouldn't have any issues here. Let's just be very ginger. There we go. It almost has like a ratcheting to it. I'm not going to push it much further than that, but there's your shoulder. Bicep. Double jointed elbows. Wrists. He's no stranger to this wrist movement. Let's get that retracted back and back where it needs to go. Very nice and easily. All right. Look up. Fantastic look up. Look at that. No hair in the way of that one. Look down. There's your look down. Yeah, he has the separate neck piece. So you can look left and right, and then there's a separate neck piece there that you can mess around with. His bend back. We're going to get hindered by this vest. So the upper chest, you can still get it, but it does get in the way a little bit. There's also some gappage there. Here's his bend forward. The only thing is that, you gotta like try to line up so that the and then there's his waist right there. This belt kind of, it's interesting because it's definitely like one crotch piece, but this belt is not a separate piece. Usually it's like a separate belt. So when you move him left and right, there is an overhang here that does create some friction there. So just be aware of that. And keep an eye on that for constant posing and for like wear over time. We'll get to the splits first. Look at that. He's got better splits than Baroness. Is anybody surprised by that? Her bulge is bigger. Shadow saying in the chat, her bulge is bigger. So Baroness's bulge is bigger than Gung Ho's. Here's a cut right there on his upper thigh. Here's your knees. Good knees. Here's your kick forward. He has the drop down hip, but there's not too much of a range of motion to it. Here's your kick back. Oh, we're getting to that. There's a boot cut here too, by the way. So like we said, Baroness didn't have it. He does have it. And then there's your ankles and your pivot and all that stuff. And then let's just look over the figure and see how much we like the deco. Obviously, definitely like the hat. Like I said, it sits high on his head, but that feels like the way it's supposed to look, especially since he has a giant dome. The vest looks fantastic. He's got his grenades there. That looks really good. Not too much missed paint on there either. There's a little bit below this one, but you're really not going to notice that much. The tat looks cool. It's just a matter of it lining up. That can be an issue sometimes. Definitely like the belt. I mean, the deco on this is fantastic. He's got his bullets on the side. Here's the back. Obviously, it's got the peg for his backpack. There's his donk. Right there. Here's the back. And the boots. See, I feel like I would have wanted those shoelaces instead of this armor here. Because we've done some figures where they're doing the shoelaces. I feel like it might have looked better with different feet. But they're still cool overall. All right, let's get him on a stand and get him some accessories. Well, let's see. Without his stand, how does he stand? He stands. He's got enough weight to him that once he has his center of gravity, he's pretty much going to stay there. Get him on a stand. Let's see if he's easier to get onto his stand than Baroness was. Ooh, that's interesting. That little knife thing. This knife piece wants to go down once it gets past that point. So you just got to push it all the way up. I would maybe even try to get it above that boot cut if you could, just so it's not like dangling around all the time. But yeah, then there's that gung ho. Here's his backpack. Let's get it on. So make sure that you're lining up this vest so that it'll go in. We know the deal with these G.I. Joe backpacks. They can be tricky to get on there. There we go. Because sometimes it doesn't line up and you don't feel like it's like going in all the way, but that one is secure now. I mean, we're going shotgun. So let's holster him. Holster the knife down here. Now there is 2 directions for this knife. Think that way. Yeah, so the blade facing backwards was the better way because it slipped right in. The other way gave us a little resistance. Here's handgun. I'm gonna holster his handgun right there. So once again, I mean, he doesn't come with an insane amount of accessories. He comes with an appropriate amount of. Oh, this is not as easy as you would expect it to be. Hold on, let's get his arm out of the way. Very interesting that is more difficult than you would want it to be. So just be careful with that, because even if you watch when I push this through here, it like protrudes a little bit for a second. You see like the plastic get lighter. So just be careful with this, because this holster is not as soft a plastic as you would expect it to be. So just be careful with that so you don't break anything. And then we'll get him with a shotgun. I'm going to 2-hand the shotgun right now. Here we go. So this is obviously going to be his firing hand, because that's where the trigger is. Keep it on screen. And as always with the trigger finger, you gotta just give it a little bit of a bend, just so you can get it in there and loop it in. Come on, get in there. Get it in there. Boop. Ba-da. Okay, and once it's in there, it'll be fine. All right, now we're gonna go with the under barrel feel to it. Get it out and over. Come on. Over. Yeah, there we go. Now we're where we want to be. I'll fix his helmet in a second. Like I said, we're not trying to over articulate, so I'm not gonna go too crazy. But there you go with the shotgun. And this shotgun also is gonna be compatible with future blast effects. So if you have like a Viper set or something, you can use those blast effects in there. And there is Gung Ho. Oh, and he needs to be back on his stand. He came off of his stand. This way, right? Yeah. That's got to be the other way because there's more surface area this way. There we go. There he is. So those are your two retros. This holster right here, definitely a pain in the ass. I'll tell you that much. That little knife holster. I honestly might want to like glue that. There you go. That handbag in there. There we go. Now we're okay. Now we're talking. Now we're in good shape. Now we're in much better shape. Get him looking in the direction that he is actually aiming. Maybe get him a little more of a bend. There you go. Look at that. That's fucking badass, dude. We've been reviewing a lot of G.I. Joe figures. This one is really cool. He looks dope as hell. All right, there he is, showing in the background. So there's two retro releases. Yeah, True Gung Ho. There you go. Two retro releases. All right, now we're gonna switch gears a little bit to some more recent stuff. So the first one that I'm going to do, which this will be interesting because this is different than either of the other figures that we reviewed tonight, for sure. I mean, it is a female again, so we've done female, but it's more of a archer / samurai type character, and it is Vipra. So definitely excited for this one. There's all the accessories she comes with. Let's get her out of here. There she is. With the new design boxes that they do. I love that they give them these little character backgrounds on these boxes. That's really cool. And she already is looking real badass for old Python. And then, as always, we have our crate that has our accessories in it. Every character has their crate with their name and their number on it, just to remind people of that. And then we get our super special, which I'm going to put Baroness's weapons in here because this is obvious as well. Super special G.I. Joe versus Cobra paper bag. Open this up and take a look at her accessories. Don't promote. All right. So this is going to be one where we're going to want to count our accessories. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accessories. 1. Here's the backpack. I believe this is the same as Storm Shadow. 2. There's her bow. Could use maybe a little bit more deco on that bow, but you could always spruce it up yourself. An arrow. That's 3. Look at the arrow. Nice little gold on there. And here's the top. And silver. Both swords. That is 4 and 5. Here are the hilts. They have little cobras on them, which I did not know. That is so cool. Really cool. And then here is your mask, which we'll get plenty of opportunities to look at that mask. Looks like she's got a little night vision going on there. Is this your inspiration for grabbing this tonight, Avi? Avi grabbed night vision goggles for Black Friday, so he wants his little night vision Vipra. All right, and now let's get her out of here. So the best way to do this is, oh, she actually has a paper thing here. So, all right, we'll do this off screen. She is very environmentally conscious. He does look concerned. There's a lot happening off screen right now. There's a lot to be concerned about. Hold on. Just want to get one of her feet out of here so that it's easier. And there we go. All right. So basically what I did with this is just to reiterate, I just kind of ripped this piece and then I just shimmied her feet out. So. And here she is. Vipra, that is the unmasked right there. Take a nice look at her deco first. Cobra logo on the forehead. Really cool, menacing eyes. Love the deco that they did on those eyes. That looks really good. Especially considering, I mean, you're going to have the mask on her most of the time, but this is like, you could maybe do like an army build and just say like, all right, one has the mask on, one doesn't. Or you'll have her carrying her mask. Really cool shoulder pad. She does have the Python Patrol logo on her right shoulder. Yeah, just her right shoulder. The alternate shoulder has dope ass spikes on it, which is really cool. Understated spikes, so that doesn't. I assume it won't hinder articulation. We'll articulate this side, so we'll see if that gets in the way. And then you got this big piece here. That's like a nice robe that looks good. You got her shoulders that have the nice Python Patrol deco on them. Pretty basic. She's got the frumpy Imperial officer pants that you always see them wearing. Nice baggy pants right there, and really cool boots right here. Here's the back. More of the same. Elbows have really cool spikes on them for her elbow pads. So a simple design, accents, black, red, yellow accents, yellow eyes, really cool. Would be concerned about a little paint rub on this one, on this shoulder right here, just because we do have that logo there. But that's something to consider. All right, let's get her articulating a little bit. So obviously this is going to be our look up. We know we're not going to have an issue with that because she has nothing behind her head. The chartreuse. Here's your look down. You can definitely get her like, yeah, coming down on somebody. We said we would go left shoulder so we can see if these spikes get in the way. I think that this piece is going to be, there's enough gappage here that I really don't think it's going to matter. You just don't want to overdo it though. Get there over time. As always, you want to heat up your figures to get the best. That's as far as I'm going to go just because it's not mine. She does have butterfly joints in there. You can see. Sorry. There's like a little mini butterfly going on there, I believe. Let's see. So you can get a little extra articulation of that piece right there. Here's the elbow. Come on. She actually has double jointed elbows. So she actually does have better articulation than the Baroness that we reviewed does. She can literally reach behind her own head, which is really cool. Give her like a ninja star or something. There's double jointed elbows on a female. Thank you, Hasbro. Finally. Which we've seen that in Marvel Legends. Nothing else going on here on the forearm, and then you got your wrist. you know, you can do all you want with your wrist. Splits. Better splits than Baroness. So this is definitely a more updated, better articulated female figure. There's your, and no bulge yet. There's your upper leg cut, upper thigh, I guess. Here's your knees. Look at that knee. That's a lot going on with that knee. That's really cool. Which you want that because you're gonna want to be able to do kicks and spins and shit. Can't really go left or right with that knee. We do have a boot cut, which is great because Baroness did not have that. And then there's your ankle. Baroness, we're still talking about the fact that Baroness is packing more heat than Gung Ho downstairs. Oh, jeez. All right. First things first with her, which would be my number one concern. If I have her backpack on her, can I make her stand easily? So let's get her into a decent pose. Just get her standing normally. Okay. We'll go a little bit lower so that we can get her. All right, let's get her backpack on her, which is going to be like that. Yeah, see, it definitely wants to weigh her back, but you just got to go with a wide. I mean, she's going to have a wide pose anyway. So it's just a matter of finding that fine line. Using your extra boot cut to get it where it needs to go. Finding that extra articulation that they're giving you to get her in a more solid pose, which I'm struggling to find. Hold on. Bend forward a little bit more for me. Look up. So it definitely takes some doing. Watch, I'll hit the bottom of the table. She's going to fall over. Oh, she didn't. That's interesting. All right. Takes a little bit of doing. It also will be better when I have her swords in her hands. We're going to go double sword look, right? We don't really want to mess around with the bow too much. So for the bow, we have a cut here where we can go. I think it's going to go there. Here? Is that like a bow storage right there? Where is the storage point for that? Oh, it's here. There you go. So you can store her bow with that peg right there. It is going to block the Arishikage robot thing, but whatever. That's no big deal. And then is there a storage point for her actual loose bow? I mean, her loose arrow. There is one storage point for her loose arrow right there. So this is once again being another classified figure where they did a fantastic job of being able to holster everything. Because obviously, these swords are going to go right in there. All right. I'm going to take the backpack off for now. I want to get her articulation going, and I want to get a little double sword action going with her. Maybe do like that side swipe that we like. Like that. And like that. Once again, I just want to point out how cool that there are snakes for sword hilts on this thing. So let's go with right there. Her hands do open pretty easily. Also, that plastic, but definitely be careful with that over time because that can become an issue. There's her like that. Maybe get that sword up on her hand a little bit more. Right, and then let's get her mask on. Here's her with the mask. First time we're looking at her with the mask. Let's get her forward with the mask just for a minute. That's how it looks with the mask. It looks good. like I said, I am surprised that it's kind of like a catch-22 whether you like her with the mask or without the mask, which is saying a lot. That's really cool. But we'll do it with the mask on for now. Get her looking this way. Double sword swipe coming at you. A little bit of a lean. Get our nice wide stance. That's good that it's falling forward because we want the backpack to counteract that so that we can have a good center of gravity. Come on, gimme. Get in there. Once again, we gotta line that up. And there she is. Coming at you with the double sword swipe. That's cool stuff. Definitely like the way that looks. Let's get our waist going this way. Let's get our head going this way. This backpack is a little bit of a pain in the ass. The peg is like... The thing is that the plastic that they use for the backpacks, it's like... Oh, God. It's like too malleable. So it doesn't want to like get fully pushed in. So it kind of like hangs back there. But you just got to work with it. All right, and there she is. We'll put her right next to Baroness. But she got there. She figured it out. So there's 3 right there. So we got 2 more. 2 more classified figures to review tonight. Yeah, it's definitely too soft. Let's get Gung-Ho spinning this way a little bit just so we can get everybody together. And this is good, the fact that we're doing all these together, because we could do our like comparisons just of these figures. We usually try to like dig some figures out to do comparisons of. All right, we got 2 more. Now this is going to be a little bit more in depth here, just because we have a couple things going on with this next one. Let me just make sure. There we go. It's all open. Oh, boy. Okay. So before, I didn't even realize I didn't show up before I started opening it. This is now going to be the Python Patrol Trouble Bubble. Okay, so this is a treat because we actually get to do a vehicle. Actually, I have not opened a Trouble Bubble yet, so this will be an interesting experience. Let's see how good they do with giving us the information we need to put this together. Yeah. No, I guess it pretty much just comes put together already. So there is your Python Televiper, and there is your Bubble Boy. Bubble Boy. What up, Rich? We're doing some unboxings and reviews. Okay, so let's get this going. There we go. All right, there's gonna be a lot going on here. We have to use the box for some reference points, so we make sure that we have all of our accessories available. So it comes with a crate, very big crate for this one. Well, it does have that separate area for the thing. It's just a giant box. This is, I guess, is going to be our actual like jet boosters on the back. So I assume we'll have to pop those on there. And what else we got here? I assume that there's going to be actual figure accessories in here. Oh yeah. There's a boatload of accessories. So always just double check these bags to make sure you're not leaving any accessories out. And then, you know, make sure that you do your accessory count so you don't lose anything. Okay, so we got a bunch going on here. So we actually have extra heads for the Televiper. So you have a Caucasian head, and then you have a more of like a, I mean, I would say robotic. You could maybe say that's like, oh, that's a bat, but it's really just that he's got his extra visor on there for probably like some digital stuff, night vision, whatever. And then obviously you have the black guy that's scalped over there. This is the backpack. Pretty cool backpack. Interesting design. Very sci-fi themed. We have some extra. Jesus, what's going on? Maybe like a mine. It's got holes in it. Something's gonna be strapped to something. Interesting. Here's the hose. Boats and hose. These, I guess, are like the handles. This is only slightly confusing for me. All right. Here's a rocket. Here is some type of cannon. Here's the other rocket. That's what I was concerned about. I didn't see another rocket. I was like, what the hell's going on here? The other rocket. So, okay, so I'm going to just start putting stuff in this box so we don't lose track of stuff. Let's do our accessory count before we move on so we make sure that we have everything on us. So, we have the 2 extra head sculpts. Those are in there. We have 2 rockets. Those are in there. We have this backpack. That's in there. We have this mine-like thing. That is in there. We have the Televiper's gun. It's almost like a sonic type of gun, it looks like. That is in there. We have the hose. That is in there. We did that. This is an extra turret piece. You can see that on there. We have the jet boosters. Those are in there. And then we have these 2 extra pieces. I assume that these are going to go on this thing. Let me look at this. They might be on the sides. Whatever. We'll see where they go. But I don't see any accessories missing, just to start things off. All right. So let's get the Televiper out of here first, and then we'll move on to the other thing. I'm going to get a scissor for this, just because I don't want to break anything. 1 second. Let me grab a scissor. I like how close he is to the screen. He's like, yeah, that's right. We getting open tonight, baby. For anybody that just came in, I know that we had a raid. I very much appreciate the raid. We're doing an unboxing and review of some G.I. Joe figures right now. But if anybody is interested in anything, there are over 660 items available in the store. So feel free to throw that in the chat. And then once we're done with the reviews, we have like 2 more figures left. I can definitely hook you guys up and try to figure out some deals. We always do better deals on multiples. All the prices that are listed are placeholder prices. I will haggle with you and try to figure out the deal that worked for best of both of us. If nothing else, give us a follow on here, on Instagram, on YouTube. It's Joba's Palace everywhere. Feel free to shoot us a DM if you're interested in anything, or if you have a want list. Let us know. We work local shows. You could try to track down the figures that you are after. All right. I do not think that we really need an articulation segment for the Televiper. I'll do some head swaps for you guys, though, and we'll definitely look at his deco. So Really cool head sculpt here. He's almost got like a little like a snarling look to him. He does have some interesting lips, I will say. That's funny. He's got a really big vest here. As long as we can get him into a sitting pose, we'll be happy, which I'm not too worried about that as far as the fact that we do have our drop down hips here, so that'll make it easier for us to like get him to sit and all that stuff. Um, yeah, so working our way down, obviously we have our Python Patrol deco and all that stuff. Here's the boots, pretty basic boots right there, nothing too special going on there. The right side is where things get interesting, his right arm, because he has obviously this nice, really bright, popping yellow undershirt that we have going on here that fades into black and then fades back into the red or like maroonish color. And he's got a little bit of digitalization over here, so he can fly and do whatever he needs to do over there on that side. And then the left side, he very much has a bare left wrist. He has this watch that we've been seeing a couple times, so keeping that aesthetic. And then he's got interesting little like fisted pads over there. Here's the back of the figure, pretty much the same as the front, continuing that deco. As far as brakes and paint, I think that we're pretty solid across the board. I'm not noticing anything. His visor looks decent. That's cool. I'll do some head swaps just so we could do that right off the bat. Here is the Caucasian head swap. That was relatively easy. They popped right on and off. He is a very similar look at this guy. He just has real luscious lips over here. That's cool. And then let's take a look at our other head sculpt. There we go. And then here's the other one. There's him with that one on. Which I guess if you had him flying, maybe you would want this head sculpt on him. So maybe we'll stick with this one for now and we'll see how that looks. We could always do more head sculpts later. All right, let's get the actual trouble bubble out of here so we can see how this functions. Because I did not open a trouble bubble before, so this is all learning experience for all of us here. So we can definitely figure that out. Is there any reason why this won't come out? No. Let's see. Best to cut all these because there's certain pieces that are like caught on other things, so you don't break anything. Really cool little backdrop here too that we're gonna throw out of the way. All right, here's the trouble bubble. So let's see what pieces we need to add to this. Obviously, we need to add the back, which has the jetpack piece. Ooh, something fell. Has a little jetpack piece, which should peg right in. Am I putting the jets on upside down? I am. Yeah, that's. Oh, actually, no, it'll tell you because this says Python Patrol on it. So that'll tell you what is right side up. And then we go and we just peg these in. So, let's see, get them lined up. There you go. This chair piece is pretty solid. So when you apply pressure, I would maybe go that route. It has a little seatbelt here. So just, keep out of the way of that and everything. Extra little piece here. Oh, hold on. Extra little piece here that we don't need. Give me my gun, my little turret. Can peg in. I thought it was going to be on the bottom. Oh, it's here. So there is a little peg for this turret here. We have this yellow piece. Really, you want to apply most of the pressure just to that part. Just to get that on there. I do not want to force it too much because I don't want to break anything. Just wiggling in. That's solid. It might be able to go in there a little bit more solid, but I just don't want to overdo it. But it's on there good enough. You could still give it a range of motion and all that stuff. We'll mess with that in a little bit. All right, what else do we want to get on here? Let me look at the picture again. He has the turret. He has the rockets on the side. His hands go there. I'm slightly confused about what these side pieces are. I don't know if it's like supposed to be a data pad. These little flaps. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. And they mentioned this when they were talking about the Jeep. What's the Jeep again? So they give you these extra pegs, right? So that you can so that when this is flying on its own, right, without any rockets on the side, it's like you've already shot your rockets and you don't have awkward pegs hanging out of this. But when you want to attach the rocket, they give you this piece that serves as your peg. So let me just see how I can pop it in here. Right? Am I crazy? Or do the rockets just peg in? Hold on 1 second. Let me just look at this on my own. Nope, because that goes like that. Yeah, so if the rocket's going to go like this. There you go. So this will peg into the rocket. And now we want to go to our right side rocket because that is the one that is facing forward. And then peg that piece in like so. Come on, get in there. Don't be shy. All right, let's get it in there first and then I'll add the thing. But that's a good way to tell what direction you want to put this in here. And that is a lot more awkward than it should be, though. Let me look at it off screen for a second. Sorry, guys. Damn, that is really... It's just a little weird. Maybe you have to pop it in there first. Sorry, I know a lot of this is happening off screen, but I want to make sure I don't break anything. Well, that's just very awkward. Let's try the other side. All right, hold on. There it is. Okay, so I was just using the wrong side. All right, so I'll try to fill in the blanks on this for you guys so that it'll be easier when you guys take a look at it. Let me just make sure the other side works. Oh god, hold on. Okay. So you want the angle to be angling thinner towards the front when you do this. So it's definitely like I mean, these might say L and R on them. I did not look. And then you can slide these on, these little rockets. Sorry, it took me a minute to figure that one out. So it's like a kind of a trial and error thing. I mean, you guys might figure it out quicker than me. But now they are on there and they're solidly on there just to add that extra peg for the trouble bubble itself and its rockets. All right, what else we got? We have this hose. I think it's more for the Televiper than anything else. when he has his gun. So we'll leave that off for now. And then this has a little mine thing. Let's get him in here and see how that looks. So I guess we're going to slide. Does the seatbelt come off of here? Doesn't seem like it. So I guess we're going to slide his legs in. So get him in a nice wide stance so that we can slide a leg in. Get him sitting in like a sitting pose too. Got to articulate him a little bit to get there. As much articulation as we can out of those. There we go. Get his leg in. We get one leg in. Are you just doing this super awkwardly or just come out? I guess not. this is a challenge for me. Hold on. Did this belt come undone? Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Here we go. This is the deal. So for the seat belt has a peg. So just push from the back and the seatbelt will come undone. Then we can sit our guy in here. And then whoop it over his head. Then redo his seatbelt. In there, come on. I mean, as with all the older G.I. Joe stuff, everything takes a little bit of finagling. So, oh boy. And once again, we're in an issue where we have very loose plastic, very malleable plastic, so it takes a minute to get that in where you want it to. Jesus. Ugh, I thought I had it. Sorry. All right. Once again, we're switching to off screen because I'm getting frustrated. Okay, we got it. I'm just getting him into his pose now. We'll have him back on screen in just a second. Okay. All right. There he is. How are guys in his pose? So obviously his hands can go around on these handles. Be very careful with these little like brake pieces right here so that you don't break those. Don't break the brake piece. And then get these back on here. There we go. See, that slid right back in. No problem on that. Other side. Here. Here we go. That hand back in there. Okay, so here he is in the trouble bubble, the Python Patrol trouble bubble. So he's got his rockets. He's got his turret. He's got his HUD in front of him. And that's how he looks like when he's actually in action. This piece obviously can slide up and down. This turret articulates, so you can shoot it in different directions. You can make it look like he is going to attack. Gung ho. Pew 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 like that. Yeah. So definitely a well executed 6-inch trouble bubble. Once you have all this stuff put together, it's not really the type of thing that you're like going to worry about it. And honestly, even swapping him in and out of there, I think you'll get better at it over time. The seatbelt takes a little finagling. But once we got it, and he's secure in there. I'm not worried about him going anywhere or falling out. Get him on a flight stand. He's good to go. Let's see. Is there a peg under this? No. But the detail on this is really cool. Got this right here. Maybe the this piece, I feel like it's a caution. Is it open? I guess it's like a mine. There is a little bit of a piece here on the back that might open up and give you like a little extra something. But once again, I don't want to mess too much. Oh, here we go. Oh, this you can open up and you can see that there's more like detailing in there. And then you can pop the caution right back on. Not right back on, but so there that is. All right. As far as the Televiper, I want to see what he looks like with his gun and get his like backpack and his all his extra stuff going with him quick. Probably should have done this before we put him on the trouble bubble, but let's get him out of there and see how that looks. I think we pretty much know how we want to get him in the trouble bubble in the future. So I just want to see his backpack and his gun and all this stuff put together, and then we'll move on to our final figure of the night, which is the drop down hips once again, as always. So here's his backpack. His backpack on him. A little frumpy back. I really hate the peg on the backpacks. Let's get his hose going into the backpack. And then his little sonic gun that can take the hose underneath. So basically, this is the way that works. There's a peg for the hose over here, and then there's a peg for the hose on the bottom of the gun. And then we can put his backpack back on him. There we go, that one slid in. And then get him holding his little sonic gun. Just like that. So that's what that looks like. I'm happy we looked at that. That wasn't too bad. That's what he looks like that. I guess we'll get him back in there sitting and holding the gun and driving with one hand too. Why not? That's actually a good question. With his backpack on, yeah, he's not going to fit in there. So if he has his backpack on, he's not going to fit in the trouble bubble completely. You could probably sit him without the seatbelt on. But we'll leave him like this for now. as we review our final figure. Let me get our music going again. All right. We have one more figure to review. Sorry that took a little extra time on the trouble bubble, but you got to learn how to do these figures. Plus, they're not mine. Somebody else owns them going forward, so I like to take my time and make sure I'm not breaking anything. You know, if they were mine, I'd be a little bit more aggressive with this type of stuff, but I do not want to break somebody else's figure. They're good enough to give us their business, and I want to make sure that they get the figure in the condition that they bought it at. So, all right, here's all your accessories over there. All right, the final G.I. Joe figure that we're going to look at tonight. This is a much anticipated one, guys. I'm very excited for this because I've been waiting to get my hands on this figure for a review for a minute. So, and it is going to be a Walmart exclusive release. And it is going to be the Mole Rat. Mole Rat's in the building, baby. Really, really, really cool idea for a figure. Here's a look at some of the accessories that we're going to be taking a look at. He's got like a screw driver and all this stuff, so or an electric screw because he's a miner. So let's get him out of here and we'll take a look. Okay, so first things first. Here is the Mole Rat. Oh, look how cool that head sculpt is. I like the deco too. He's a Mets fan. Not that that's necessarily a good thing these days, but it is. Here's his crate. It says Mole Rat on it. Let's take a look at his accessories. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accessories. All right, so here's the extra head sculpt. Mining mode. There you go. Here is one of his very interesting futuristic guns. Here's another one. Here's a lantern with some like interesting plutonium like stuff in it. Here's a handle for something. Find out what that is for in a minute. This is his backpack. Interesting backpack. Here's an extra little hose piece. This piece has tape on it. Let's cut that tape. There it is. And here's your drill bit. See, this is the piece that they didn't want to break, so there's your drill bit. All right, let's try to put some of these accessories together so that we know how they work. So this piece goes with this piece. Yeah, there you go. So there's your big drill. Big underground drills. Very interesting. It's always like a learning experience. Trying to figure out what G.I. Joe wants you to do with some of the stuff. All right, let's get him out of here so that we can see where some of those accessories go on him. here is your cool little backdrop. All right, so first things first, let's take a look at this awesome head sculpt. I mean, this dude has whatever he is mining is coming out of his forehead. So I think that they were saying, wasn't it like a Transformers? It wasn't like Energon crystals that he's mining, which is really cool. So there's an Energon crystal basically coming out of his forehead. Here's the deco. So definitely like a nice mine. It's almost like an astronaut outfit, feels like. But it's like a miner's outfit. You can notice on the elbows, there's gonna be paint rub there. You can never can get around that. Cool little vest. He's got his little indicators and stuff on his vest. He's got tubes on his shoulder. Legs are fairly simple. He's got the shoelaces, which I like. Always like to see some shoelaces on the boots, going up the boot and all that. Here's the back. More of the same. It does have a Cobra logo on his right elbow, his right bicep. And there's the peg for the backpack. All right, we will do articulation on this one because it's a relatively newer figure. So we'd like to see what type of advancements we're making in articulation. All right, here's your look up. Nothing too crazy. Look down. This piece, this big piece around his neck that is clearly part of his suit, that is definitely going to hinder your articulation. But this guy's kind of a grunt anyway, so do we care? It is what it is. Here's your shoulder. Good shoulder. Shoulder popped right out there. Here's your bicep cut right there, which is good because we have that drill we're going to want to be able to use. Here's his elbow. Come on, double elbow. Give me that. There's like a little piece there that wants to stop you. There we go. Got it. So it's all about isolating that one joint when you're trying to do that. And then his wrist and all that stuff. Splits. Great splits. This zombie got better splits than Baroness. Drop down hip. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Does have pegs, by the way, on his legs, but not on his elbows. Boot cut. And then you got your feet and your thing. So pretty standard articulation here. I like where they put this joint here because it is above his vest, his like little vest here. So you are able to move him up and down like that and left and right. His waist does get stopped by this piece, and this piece is not going anywhere. It does not move up and down. It does not move left and right. It just is a solid piece right there. So you can get a little bit out of that if you work around it, but you're going to be pushing up against that piece. So just keep that in mind. All right, now let's get some really cool accessories on this guy. I want to know how to put him together. So this is his backpack. This backpack piece, slide right in there. I guess it's going to go into the mask. Yeah, okay, that's the missing link here. So let's get this head off. Take a look at the other head sculpt, and then we'll connect it to the mask and all that stuff. Connect his tubes and everything. That's very weird. So I guess our plan here is that we're gonna have this tube, and then there's an extra piece of tube here. because there's no other place that this tube would possibly go. So this is just going to serve as an extra connector so that we can get to his mouth, and then I assume that we'll be able to do a little bit of articulation while we do that. And then this piece goes into his mouth like that. That piece is like a little troublesome. Don't think we're going to be doing a ton of articulation while we have him like this. Let me look at it on my own. We have NECA Ninja Turtles. If you're after NECA Ninja Turtles, look through the store. There's a ton of items listed in the store, and let us know if there's anything specific that you are after. I do not have OG Turtles, sorry. Just re-releases. It's honestly a little stupid. Gotta be honest with you. Not you. I'm talking about the figure. All right. That is how that looks. If you try to articulate his head in any way, or probably this shoulder as well, you're going to disconnect this piece from this piece, and then this piece is going to fall out of his mouth. So just so you guys know. So that's a little disappointing. It definitely looks cool when you have a couple of these set up and they're mining and they're doing their thing. That's definitely an interesting thing. Here is his little canteen, which I guess we can latch to the bottom of this. Yeah, so that's cool. So you can latch it to the bottom of this. I guess we would latch it the other way so you could actually see the energon crystals chilling back here. So that's cool. Definitely like that idea. What else we got? There's something about this piece that it's not quite adding up for me where that is supposed to go. It doesn't go with either of the guns, it doesn't look like. The cool thing about this is, so this drill is also a gun. So this bottom piece is the thing that's going to connect to either of these. We're going to stick with the drill, but that's basically how that's supposed to work. So just so we're knocking things off. This is definitely interesting. So this is clearly has a handle and it's supposed to be something. Let me take a look at the box. There it is. Is there any version of this box? Has some reasons. He's just holding it in the picture. So I guess it's like a meter that he's detecting energon. I think that's what's going on here. So let's get him like he is in the picture then. So let's get him. He's got his meter. He's trying to detect some energon. Let me get him articulated a little bit first. Give him his meter. Like that. He holds it from the bottom up. We do not have any loose Marvel figures at all. The only loose stuff that we have is 3 3/4 inch Star Wars. So here he's got his little meter. He's looking for energon. He's got some energon stored on his back. And then he's got his little drill bit. And he's got his little drill bit. detecting energon, drill bit, detecting energon, drill bit. Hose back in his mouth. This was a complicated thing that they did here. It did not go too well. All right, we saw what that hose looks like, so I'm not even too worried about that. I almost would like it if this piece was removable as well, because I want to swap this head on and not deal with that. But when I assume that when I swap this head on back onto here, we do not have any sports figures. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. Because it's almost like you want to take his backpack off of him if you're using this head sculpt. Or you could just say, oh, I detached myself from this. But that peg does look a little bit weird. It would be nice if there was like a way to either move that out of the way or whatever. But there you go. We're detecting energon. We found some. We're drilling into people's brains and all that stuff. So there you go. There he is. Overall, really cool idea for a figure. Love the zombie head sculpt. I do like the masked head sculpt. I just think that hose thing was a little bit weird, and they didn't quite pull it off the way that they wanted to. This piece was a little bit confusing, but I can see that it's a detector now. The drill bit is really cool. That's really dope. The fact that you could swap it into a gun is really cool as well. So there you go. There's your mole rat. Mole rat's in the building. And that's what he's going to be doing. He's going to be creeping around, trying to find stuff, doing everything he needs to do to get some energon, get his energon fix. All right, so that is your bevy of G.I. Joe classified reviews. So overall, what do we got? We got 5 figures here. The Trouble Bubble, we'll rank everything now. And obviously, here's comparison based on, here's all these figures next to each other. So you got some army builders, some main characters, some ninjas. Nice variety here. All right, so we'll go from, I'll try to do from worst to best. It's a good crop, though. That's the thing. I just think that a lot of these were very well executed. It's kind of hard to compare. All right, I will say I'm gonna put Baroness last because Viper has better articulation than her. So I think that maybe, I mean, I don't know what they did with, I assume that she was a re-release for the Crimson release of Baroness. I doubt that they gave her updated articulation. They probably just repainted her. So we might want a Baroness with an update with newer articulation that kind of matches the Viper. So that is why I'm going to put her last. I was very impressed with Viper. This next one is kind of a hard one. Second to last. I guess I'm gonna say Trouble Bubble. Trouble Bubble. It's cool. It's a really cool vehicle. I think it's well executed. This in no way is me shitting on it at all. I don't have a lot of gripes about it necessarily. The seatbelt was a little bit annoying and figuring out the rocket thing, but once you have everything set up, it is very cool. I think it just like some of the other figures that we reviewed tonight better, but I would recommend getting it. It is a really cool vehicle. It's pretty much giving you everything you would want out of a 6-inch scale Trouble Bubble. Then I'm gonna go with Gung Ho. It is an update to a figure that we already have, but the deco is so much better on it. It turned out to be a tuk-tuk driver. It's just that it is very much just a repaint. That's the only thing I'll say about that. But he's an awesome figure. Like he's big, hulking, really cool, menacing. Just a great update to that figure. He has the pins in the arms and in the legs, so those pieces are a little bit outdated. So maybe we'll get an update to that at some point, but it doesn't screw up his articulation. He's pretty cool. I do like him overall. I think this is I don't know. All right, I'll go this way. Second, I'm gonna put Mole Rat. I'll talk about the gripes for this because I love the way that this figure looks. I love the idea of this figure. I love the idea of he's mining energon crystals, and that's why he's basically a zombie. But there are just some things here that were not executed perfectly for me. His accessories overall are very cool. The hose thing with the mask and everything, it doesn't really work. And I'm not really. I mean, if I had multiples, I would probably put the mask on him, or I'd do like a head swap with somebody else. I'm not going to use that part as much. I'm going to use this. If I put him on display, I'm going to use this zombie head sculpt. The details on the face of the zombie, I feel like I want a little more weathering, maybe a little bit more gore. It's nice that he has like the purple eye and obviously his really cool head and stuff. I think that the base coat of paint that they use for his gray face is a little light overall, but he just is aesthetically pleasing overall. Really cool. I love the little screw gun. That's dope as hell. So accessories overall really cool. Not really too worried about the articulation. It's pretty much what you expect out of this. Some of the deco I think could be cleaned up a little bit, and the hose thing just really doesn't make much sense. So in a surprise, I am actually going to go with Vipra as number 1. And there's a couple reasons for this. She has the best articulation of any of the figures that we reviewed tonight. She has double jointed elbows on a female, which is something that we desperately need. Her unmasked head sculpt, which I'll show you again right now, is really cool and menacing. It almost makes you want to use this head sculpt instead of the other awesome helmet that we get with her. So you're basically getting 2 really good options there. We're obviously recycling a lot of accessories here, but look how cool these hilts on this sword are. That's really cool. I just think that we can get a little bit more dynamic with this figure than a lot of the other figures that we talked about tonight. Her weight is an issue. They need to weigh down these figures a little bit just so that they can have some type of center of gravity. Overall, I mean, I might regret this ranking going forward because I do love Mole Rat. I absolutely do. And the Trouble Bubble is really cool as well. I probably would, maybe if we weren't doing the Python version, I think I like the purple version more. So if that was in this review, it probably would have ranked higher on the list. And I do love all the extra head sculpts that we're getting with the Televiper as well. But I mean, I'm just for tonight at least. For what caught me by surprise and what I was most impressed with was the Vipera, but just because I think that she just is nailing it with the articulation. She's got that Python Patrol sleeve on the shoulder. She's got extra spikes in random places, which is really cool. She does have pegs in her legs, but she still has great articulation. She has just really nice arms. Like her arms, the fact that they're pinless, the fact that they have spikes on them, the fact that you can get that range of motion, and you can do the double jointed elbows. So that is your ranking for at least these figures, at least for tonight. I think that Viper kind of came out of nowhere and surprised me, so I'm very happy with her. But overall, really, you can't go wrong with any of these figures. This is the best version of Baroness that we have in the classified line. This is the best version of Gung Ho we have in the classified line. This is one of the coolest, bizarrest, sci-fi-est, zombie-ass army builders you could possibly ask for in any action figure line. This is a cool update in 6-inch scale to a vehicle that everybody wanted. So it's nice that they gave it to us. And Vipra is one of probably the best female figures that Hasbro has done in a long time. I would put her up there with the ranks of the new Black Widow that they did. The new Black Widow, I think, has slightly better articulation. I believe is completely pinless. We have another video for that you guys can check out if you want to. But they're moving in the same direction with that. And then, like I said, she's got really cool accessories as well. She's got a really dope head sculpt, all that stuff. I already talked about all this stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm thinking here. And that's why we have things ranked the way that they are. So that is our G.I. Joe classified reviews tonight. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys. Once again, this is Joba the Hutt from Joba's Palace. We're currently live on Whatnot. We go live on Whatnot every Wednesday and Thursday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern and sometimes on the weekend. So give us a follow there. Give us a follow on Instagram. Give us a follow on YouTube. Keep checking our YouTube. We'll be pumping more content on there. More unboxings and reviews. Our live streams from Whatnot are always simulcast there. So you can always check those out if you prefer watching them on YouTube. But feel free to pop in if you guys are after figures or anything. Yeah, so thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a good one. Peace out. Okay. As I expected, that was a lot. The trouble bubble gave me trouble, man. That was a troubling trouble bubble, baby. But I don't know. I don't know if I got a little ahead of my skis on that review that we just on the ranking. But I mean, I just for some reason in my head I just love Mole Rat and the idea of Mole Rat. So that's kind of like where that went. But Vipra, really cool. This is also one of those things where, and if anybody has any requests on anything, we're still open for business here. We had to do those reviews. I think that I am going to, since it's 3 a.m., I am going to shelve Avi's reviews until either tomorrow or Monday. So sorry for that, Avi, but it's 3 a.m. So I don't want to keep going. That took a long time. Which I expected. That was like 2 hours of reviews. Okay. But overall, that was cool. I was happy with that. I mean, those are a lot of figures that I wanted to take a look at, so that's always fun. So thanks everybody for letting me do that and bearing with me on that. All right, let me make sure that everybody's figures have all their accessories and everything that they need while we do this. If anybody needs anything from me, throw it in the chat and let me know. Her weight is an issue. That's funny. All right, we'll start with the trouble. All right, I have this rocket. This rocket with its accompanying piece. I have the little mine. Yeah, the mine is in there with its thing. He has his backpack on him, and his hose is attached. Let me undo all that. Oh, you know what? I gotta take a picture first. Gotta take our thumbnail picture before we put this away. The Rockets definitely took some finagling, for sure. Sorry if anybody's talking to me right now. I just want to take this picture, and then we can do whatever we need to do before we sign off for the night. No, those are all figures that people bought and they allowed me to review them. That's how that works. So that's like Avi bought a couple figures and Shadow bought a couple figures. They gave me permission to review them before I shipped them. That's how that works. All right, we got our thumbnails. Oh boy. What? What's dirty out of boxes? Okay. Oh yeah, dirty out of boxes. Well, Shadow actually keeps some of his stuff sealed, so he had some figures that he did not want me to review tonight. But the box in the gung ho wasn't fantastic, and for whatever reason, he didn't care about me opening the mole rat. So, which is cool because that's the one that I wanted to review the most. So I'm happy that we did. All right, give me my rockets. Get this television out of this. Okay, so we have both rockets, we have the mine, we have that hose, we have his gun, we have both head sculpts are in here, right? And then he's in here. For Mole Rat, definitely some pieces we do not want to lose with him. Mole Rat, we have his bolt head sculpt. That ain't a shit, where's all this shit? Yes, his alt head sculpt is in here. His extra tube is in here. Okay, his alt head sculpt is in here. His extra tube is in there. His backpack is in there. His canteen thing is in there. His drill bit version of the gun and the gun version is in there. His little detector is in there. And he is done with him. Done with him. Gung Ho has all of his accessories on him. We're done with him. And then the trouble book itself. And there. That's all his stuff there. And then for Avi, we have her this backpack there, and the Baroness of that, and her 2 extra guns in here. Okay, everybody's got all this stuff. Yeah, I know, but it is what it is. He's cool. Just the lore behind that is so funny. Like that random ass zombie dude character is the way that they're linking, at least from a classified perspective, GI Joe to Transformers. That's just really funny to me. The way that's what they chose. All right. We're gonna be live for a couple more minutes while I'm cleaning up. If anybody has any requests before we sign off, please let me know. There are over 660 items listed. It's in like the I'll read it to you. The like description of the figure. Do we have a Death Trooper? Yeah, you're looking for a classified one? Classified one? We have more than one Death Trooper, so if you're after Death Troopers, definitely if you're army building. Here's an archive one. Oh, good. This one, hold on. Let's see if we have one listed. DF. Yeah. This one I could do for 20. Death Trooper. Archive Death Trooper for 20. Let me know if you want any more. I think I have a red box one also. And I also think we might have a 3 3/4 inch option too. But if you're after a 6-inch Black Series Archive one, I could do it for 20. Let me know, V-Buzz. But let me know if you heard me, V-Buzz. Also, if anybody else has any other requests before we sign off, let me know. I'm just going to be cleaning up in the background a little bit. So just throw it in the chat. That's so frustrating. $5. Fuck them. That's why. I have a question, and I'm not trying to be rude right now, but why is it something like crazy high in price? I know you have to make money. So the way that we do things is that we're always offering people deals on multiples, and most of the prices that we have are just placeholder prices. And when I do my whole spiel and everything, I will go through that for people. Basically, we post a lot of stuff in other areas too. Like if I were to post something on a different website where I was offering like free shipping or something like that, whatever, just in general. So I just use the same price in all places so that I don't get confused and know what I'm looking to get for something. Some things are exclusive and they actually are worth a decent amount. I am pretty flexible overall. So I'll always work with people. If people are looking at multiple items, we always do better deals on multiples, like I said. It's just more of just we're haggling, we're figuring things out. I come in here, you come in there. It is what it is. It's not really rude for you to ask that because some of the prices are listed fairly high, but they take 12% of our sales, and I'm always giving people combo deals. So that's kind of just the way that things work in here. And also, the figure that you just asked me for, I said was $20. So it's not listed as it was $20. So that's really not expensive. That's literally me losing money on that figure. But if you were to combine it with something else, if you were grabbing two figures, you would at the very least, especially if they're like base price figures, you would be at least getting $5 off of that bundle. If they're more expensive, I'd probably end up giving you $10 to $15 off. If you're doing three figures, you're probably going to get $10 to $15 off. That's just the way that it works. It's just the best way that we handle things around here. I also don't do auctions, really. I just build bundles for people. That's what we do. Which Hera? You're talking about the Black Series one or the Vintage Collection one? The 3 3/4 inch. I mean, she's a newer figure. She's sought after. If you were to order her from Amazon, it would cost you $18 after tax. Put her at 35. Well, let's do the math on it. I'll tell you right now. Do the math on it. Normally, with the Vintage Collection stuff, we end up settling around $25 per figure. But let's see. If I did 35 times 0.88. So automatically it's 35. I'm only getting $30 of that sale. So that we've already lost $5 there. So then you're saying she goes for 18. So I'm only making minus 18. So I have $12 to work with to try to make some type of profit right there. $12 to work with. And then if you were to do a combo deal, you're probably going to end up getting $5 to $10 off of that combo. So now we've cut that in half again, but we're splitting it between two figures and so on and so forth. So just, I'm selling it for 35 because that's just the way it works. Yep. Just always consider that if it's on a platform like this, a percentage of that is always going to Whatnot or to eBay or to Mercari, all that stuff. That's why it's like that. I mean, there are people on here that will definitely just lose money all day. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I wouldn't be doing it if that's the way we're operating. But But I understand that sometimes people come in, sticker shock, bounce, fuck this guy. I get it. But if people hang around and listen and enjoy the stream and see the things that we talk about and get educated somewhat about the way that we sell things, then they would understand more. Yep, exactly. That's the way we do it. I honestly, this is probably an even better way of explaining it. I have to protect myself from the deals that I try to give people. Because I'm just like, yeah, here's $20 off out of nowhere, and then it's like, oh shit, I just lost money. Because we get a little crazy around here sometimes. Like usually, I'll just haggle with myself for people, and then everybody ends up being happy at the end. All right, once again, guys, I'm cleaning up in the background. So if anybody has any requests, let me know. But just know that I am starting to like put things away, and we're winding down the stream. Moving brand, moving brand. Still alive over there, Avi? Avi, did you catch that marathon of G.I. Joe reviews? By the way, I'm doing your stuff either tomorrow or on Monday, because that was a lot. Like, it's 3 a.m., and I would say that those reviews ended like 15 to 20 minutes ago. Oh, okay. The fucking dude, the trouble bubble, that like really tripped me up. Like it was tough to get through that one. I felt like a fucking idiot when I was doing that. Like when I couldn't figure out the seatbelt, I was like, Jesus Christ, can I please just get past this figure? And then we got to the mole rat, and then his mask is so stupid with the little tubes that they used. It was so frustrating. Are you out and about, Avi, or are you home? Oh, okay, cool. Nice. A little late night hike. Where do you go? There's like a park near you? Oh, okay, there you go. Well, you're a night owl. What up, Nova? How you doing? How'd you do this weekend, Nova? You stream at all? Interesting. Okay. One show. Wow. It really is going downhill. I was surprised that Black Friday wasn't as gangbusters as it has been in the past. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but overall, I mean, we did okay. We did good tonight. We did just the volume of streams definitely helped out. Tonight was great though because we sold a lot of GI Joe stuff. Yeah, there was an app crash, but then they did extend the promo for like 3 hours. So I ended up going on again last night. That was like dead though. But I started at midnight on Black Friday, did a couple hours then we hopped on at 3:30 because we streamed till 3:30. It took a 12-hour break. 3:30 p.m. hopped back on, did a little bit. Then that was actually during the crash, but it was towards the tail end of my show. And then we hopped back on at midnight because they extended it 3 hours, and that's when I was like really dead. But overall, throughout the weekend, it was decent. But I just would expect a little bit more at a Black Friday overall. Like tonight counts towards Black Friday weekend, but it wasn't really because of like the Black Friday promo. Like I have to pay fees on the stuff that I sold tonight. There was just a lot of competition, I guess, and I don't know. I mean, the promo's cool, but they really should have just done it for like all weekend or all week. That's a lot of money for them to give up, but should have at least been Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Saturday, whatever. Everyone's grandma. Listen, if your grandma could could do rips and variant covers that nobody's supposed to want, but apparently they want them for no fucking reason, then listen, she'd be making money, bro. She'd be killing it, dude. Yeah, that's the no fees really help stuff like that. Because that's like why I don't really want to get into the loose stuff as much. Because if you're gonna start things at like $1 or $5, then it's like if I sell something for $1, then like what the fuck am I getting? I'm getting 88 cents. You know, it's like pretty useless. But if they're not taking any fee and you get a couple bucks out of it, like if you're doing loose figures, obviously, for the most part, unless if they're really rare, you're gonna want to try to get between $8 and $15 for them. But it just those low numbers really get eaten up by those fees, and it makes it like worthless. Honestly, loose figures are better. You're better just selling them in lots in general. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Well, that's what people are waiting for. People want to, but listen, when somebody comes in here and asks me if we have any loose figures, I know I'm not going to make any money off of them. It's like immediately telling me that you have no interest in buying anything at a reasonable price that would be worth it for me. Listen, we respect all of our customers, unless if you ask me if I boost stuff, then you've lost my respect. I'm just kidding. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. I stepped away. What did I miss? Nothing. Yeah, yeah, without a doubt. There's people. It's kind of like what I said. There's a reason why things in our store are priced the way that they are, and if I was to sell the way that a lot of people on here sell, I just wouldn't sell. You know what I mean? Like it's nice if you have a big following and all that stuff. But even you see like there are big streamers and they'll have like 30 to 40 people in their streams, or whatever, say 25 plus people in their streams, doing giveaways left and right, you know, getting all fake followers and all stuff. And then they'll run something and everybody says, trust the chat, bro, trust the chat. No, fuck the chat, because they're gonna screw you over. Everybody's looking for the best deal that they can, and there's not a problem with that from a customer perspective. I do not have a problem with that. Seriously, like if you can get a great deal on something, it's fine. I've done it a million times. It is what it is. But like the seller is trusting you to support them, and then you crash and burn. Like somebody ran, and it wasn't that bad. Well, a lot of the big streamers, some of them have a deal with whatnot with that they're not paying fees. Not all of them, but some of them. If you're a partner, I don't think you pay fees. And I think sometimes they even supply you with inventory. But like, I don't know. I just feel like I would rather have, which it's smaller than it has been in the past at the moment. Because they signed a contract and that's just whatever. I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I don't know all the details of it, but it is what it is. It happens a lot with comics and cards. Well, it's like they're hiring you basically to stream for them. Anyway, which is what I want to do. I want people to hire me to just stream for them, so I deal with other people's inventory and sell people things at the prices they want to be sold at. We're at 2% on my iPad, by the way, so we're gonna cut off in a minute. They should have hired you. I mean, yeah, think about it. I mean, Nova, we've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing it for 3 years. And I've never been offered that. I wanted to get a job with Stashwood, but it just didn't end up working out. Whatever. I don't need the air dirty laundry and all that stuff. But yeah, like you're putting yourself in a position where you just want your customers to support you, and just if I run something at $1 and I want to at least get eight, like I said, if it was loose, I want to get $8 to $15 about that. If I maybe throw that into the chat and just say like, all right, guys, I'm at least trying to get this much for this. So I'm going to start things at $1 so you guys have the opportunity to get good deals, but, support me a little bit. A lot of the times you see it crash and burn. And I've seen it a million fucking times. So that's why we sell things the way that we do. And I know that if I have cool new shit, most of the time, I mean, Avi, obviously you supported us for, over a year with that type of stuff because you know that we're gonna have cool shit. And we hang out, we bullshit, and we have a good time. Rich has been doing that for a while. B was doing that for a while too. Like, you just need like a couple people that makes it worth it to even fire up a stream. Because I'm not trying to make like fucking thousands of dollars every time I fire up a stream. I have a weekly goal. If I do not meet that goal between here and other platforms, then I'll try to do an extra stream. Or maybe we'll lower the prices a little bit. It's a weekly give and take so that it's not a complete waste of time. Sometimes it is a waste of time. Yesterday, honestly, we did okay this weekend, but not as much as I wanted to. So this morning I was like in a fucking bad mood because I was just like, all right, like every once in a while you think like, all right, should I just stop buying shit because this is not fucking worth it. But then we have a night like tonight where people came in, they got through the Black Friday weekend. They knew what their budget was on stuff. I'm sure people didn't want to spend all their money in one place. People came in. We had cool G.I. Joe shit for them. They bought all of it. Shadow, I think, is in Canada. I think that's the biggest reason why he grabbed stuff from us. Obviously, we had some stuff you hadn't seen before. You hadn't seen that Baroness. I don't know what was the other thing. We just got the Vipera. You might have overlooked it in the past, but you were able to do a combo deal on something you were interested in. So as long as we have decent stuff coming in and I don't over order, then we'll be in okay shape. But for the most part, it's a churn. It is what it is. All right. Now that we're done with that, my iPad is going to die and we're pretty much done cleaning up here. So thanks everybody. At the end of the day, especially tonight, we had a nice bounce back stream. So overall, we did a pretty good. I think we reached our goal for Black Friday for the most part. So that's cool. And that'll all go towards maybe some Christmas gifts, maybe a new computer for me so we can make some. Oh God, can I even read? Let's see. My phone is literally going to die. Let me try to set up right. All right, thanks everybody. Let me try to at least send a raid somebody's way. Create a raid. Suggested. Nobody suggested. I don't want that. Pokemon cards, One Piece, crystals, sneakers, football thing. Fuck all these guys.